they actually still stayed on, too. It's a miracle. Welcome to the game that no one's ever going to buy used anymore, because it's about $500. I know, because we just checked. Dokapon Kingdom. If you're new to this game, and you'd like a game to ruin friendships, I cannot recommend this one enough.
See, because some people say Monopoly or Uno is the one that ruins friendships. That is a dirty, rotten lie.
Or even Mario Party.
Because this is the game to end all friendships. All of them.
If you had any warm feelings towards, like, AI, gone. Gone.
See, we're going to immediately gang up on the AI, and some of you are going to say, that's not quite fair. Because in Mario Party, we put them on a relatively low level, and then we gang up on them, and they get their asses beat. Well, in this, you put them on a low level, and then they still kick your ass.
It's completely fair to go after the AI. Completely fair to go after the AI.
They will shank you in your sleep.
This is literally where the phrase, if you give them an inch, they will take a mile comes from.
Yeah, except if you give them an inch, they'll just take your asshole.
Yeah. $50 bits for down with the AI. I agree. I agree with that. That $50 will be spent terrorizing the AI. Like that.
True story.
Because this is honestly accurate what will happen whenever you play. You will be the green guy, and the AI will be the blue one. You will do something really awesome, the AI will be like, let's fix that. Also, it features very quality voice acting. That's what we call in the trade a lie.
Prepare for battle.
So, we're going to be playing through story mode, and hopefully getting it done faster than the Runaway guys. You might notice something important here, how it says 1 player versus 1 CPU, 2 players versus 1 CPU. That is completely accurate. For now, we're going to be sticking against 1 CPU, but we might go back later and do a 2v2. It honestly depends.
Depends on how badly we get our asses kicked.
Pretty much. So if you've not seen this game before, I just urge you to watch and you'll figure it out as we go along. At the beginning, you'll choose your name, guy or girl. Last I checked, guy. You know, it's just in the bathroom, so you know you have to do that check every time you go. There are multiple jobs in this game. The starting 3 you can pick between are Warrior, which is attack-based, Magician, which is magic-based, and Thief, which is speed-based. I'm going to go with Thief. Your 5 stats will be those 3 along with HP and defense, but we'll get into those when actually somebody gets a level up. Then you can choose your favorite color, which mine isn't here, so that's cool.
It's fuck purple.
Yep, the closest you can get is pink, and even then it doesn't really look that pink, it's more like a magenta. And then you can pick your face, which basically means you can pick what voice you would like for your character. So I will go with Enthused, because I want some...
Prepare to meet Mr. Angry Eyes!
I mean, that's basically my eyes if they were green, and somebody like drew in really angry eyebrows on on top of my eyebrows, that's what it would look like.
Now I definitely want to, for next Halloween, play Dokapon with you. Just be like Dokapon characters.
Oh, that'd be great.
Hello.
Can I be Hans?
Are you a guy or a gal? Choose a name.
They actually give you a lot of characters to work with, too. Like, how many space you get? You get, like, 15 or something like that. It's insane. Icar. Icar Us. It's like Toys R Us, but not as cool.
And it's not out of style
What kind of
anymore.
job would you like? What's your favorite color?
Of what's left, anyway, because obviously you can't pick the same.
Green is not a creative color.
Which face do you like best?
I would say just don't pick the same as me, just so we can hear more of the wonderful voice acting. Aside from that, go for it.
I'll do mean face. I'm gonna be mean.
I will warn you, the mean face sounds like a nerd.
I mean, I am a nerd.
It sounds so bad. It sounds like he's got a cold. Alright, I say we switch it to female just so we have some variety. And, you know, bikini. Mostly because every class has its own field skill. The Magician one is annoying. So we're going to keep it on Warrior for now, because the Warrior skill, quite frankly, is not as bad. As for the Strength, we're going to keep it on normal, as opposed to weak or sneaky, i.e. easy or hard.
Because sneaky is murder you in your sleep.
Pretty much. What color do you want for the AI? Red, blue, yellow, pink, or white?
Let's do red.
Red, the blood of angry, not men.
I mean, the blood of... We will be angry later.
Do we want ditzy, normal, sexy, or selfish?
Let's do ditzy.
Which controller you like?
Her name will be Scarlet, for now.
Well, because she's red. Wow, so clever.
That was a little racist, but yeah.
I mean,
Turn order! Spoiler alert. I'm actually going first for once.
the shotgun of absolutely everyone, actually.
Which is actually not good in this game. When you play a thief, you want to go last on the turn order list.
Exactly.
That's why I'm going first, so it all really makes sense. The good news is that means I have control of this, so you can't mash the buttons. It's another peaceful day in Dokapon Kingdom. Everyone's working hard to make money. Yeah, the default on this is not set to player 1. It's whoever goes first on the turn order list that's not an AI. Very strange.
It's because it knows that I'm just gonna mash through it.
You totally will.
Guilty as charged.
I mean, normally I mash through it, but that's because we're not actually, playing it on stream.
And some people don't know about Dokapon Kingdom, which makes sense because it's $400.
And the fact that there's actually about 6 or 7 games, but only this and the DS one got ported over to America. The rest are all Japanese only, yeah. This and Dokapon Journey for the DS.
So now we gotta learn Japanese, I guess, so we can play the next one.
Or somebody can do a nice little emulation of it and change it for us, like Mother 3. Nintendo, I'm still waiting on Mother 3 for the Switch. Seriously, that game's really good. The problem is you can't play it on emulator because it lags and the combos are based on the rhythm of the songs. Not a good combination. So the idea here is there's monsters in Dokapon Kingdom. You have to kill them. And whoever brings back the most money will win the hand of Princess Penny in Marriage. That's how you pronounce marriage, right?
Marriage. Marriage is what brings us together today.
If it's for the I am Dokapon royalty.
That's a quote from The Princess Bride, for those who do not know. I'm not just being mean.
I did not know.
Yeah, that's...
I don't watch movies or read books, so... So the idea is the chapters are broken down into the continents because the actual board, even though the towns will be nothing like the actual names of places, the different continents are your different chapters, and so during those chapters, you'll have to defeat a certain amount of red bosses and then clear an objective, and whoever clears the objective will get the castle. And, Mary Edge, I agree. Like Mary Edgeworth. Makes sense. So, or a Vice, i.e. somebody I used to know who moved away. But Mary Edge, like 2 different names, Mary and Edge. So the idea is you beat up the bosses and get experience to gain levels, and then you try to attack the red bosses to beat them. The red bosses will give you good prizes, and then once you complete the objective, you'll get the castles. And then that will open the next chapter. But first...
just as soon as you get everything, then you get killed by the Dark Thing.
Agreed. But first, we have to get some equipment. So, they give us a prologue. I was going to say prequel, but prologue works just as well. The Kingdom in Crisis rush to Dokapon Castle. So in this, we have 2 weeks to gather all our equipment. After everybody takes a turn, that qualifies as 1 day. Controls our movement, which is a spinner that can roll anywhere between 0 and 6. 0 does not come up often, but you can bet with us it'll probably be every 5 minutes.
Yep.
Much like Mario Party, you use your items before moving, so you can use your items in the bag. You can use view to look around, of course, and data will bring up all the other things, your stats, your job, equipment you have, etc. More stuff we'll see later. For now, we'll just stick with moving.
Let's get the basics down before we start getting too complicated.
So this right here is a money space. It gives you roulette, and you just press the button and you get whatever's on it. Like that.
Like, exactly, because you could have gotten 500 gold, except it's you, so you have to get 10 gold.
Actually, that's a bloody lie. Brandon and I tested this, and we started a day where he rolled and went onto a thing and hit the button at different intervals. It doesn't matter when you hit the button. All the items, all the things you can get from the roulette, they're all predetermined.
Huh.
So, timing it, no, you can just punch it.
Weird. Ah, yes. So this was an item space, and then that is a useless potion that no one ever uses, and I will immediately throw away.
She got a magic space, which will give her either a battle offensive or battle defensive spell, in this case, battle offense. And Pickpocket's kind of useless. It steals a quarter of whoever you attack it with. It steals a quarter of their money, so it's meh.
But it's still obnoxious whenever they're using it against you.
Correct.
So there aren't any minigames. So it goes a little bit faster, I suppose.
I guess the battles kind of count. They're sort of like mini games. It's just a lot of one-player mini games of the battles.
Yeah. And everything's split down into days. So every time everyone has made a turn, it's 1 day, and then it's split into days and weeks, and then every week something happens, or depending on where you're at.
Yep.
That's a shield space, which means he gets a shield because he's a bastard and landed on a good space.
Unfortunately, I got the worst shield, so.
I mean, fair. It's only fair.
I would say the weapons don't break, but I should rephrase. The weapons don't break from being used a certain amount of times. Certain skills from enemies can break them, but they will not break because, it's been hit 10 times and therefore it will break. Thankfully. That's a potion, as you can guess, it heals you for a certain amount. The number is not preset, it is a preset percentage of your health. And of course, the crystals, you can probably guess, if you use them, you'll move whatever space is on that number of crystal. Not paying attention. AI's the... Ooh! Let's do this!
Fine.
Ah!
See, the other thing, too, is the faster that you get everything and get to the castle, the bigger a bonus you get, which means I am always last. Because I never land on anything. At the end of the week, they'll take pity on you being a poor bastard, and they will,
They'll just teleport you there.
And they'll teleport you there and give you the crappy shield.
And if you're missing if you are missing anything, so, like, for example, I have the sword and shield, but I don't have battle offense or battle defense, it will automatically give you what you're missing, but it will be the weakest of that. So, for example, with the swords, you can get the knife, the dagger, or the short sword here, or the long sword, rather. And so I could have gotten a better sword, but if you get to the end with no weapon, they'll automatically give you the knife. So you get it for free, but at the same time, it's the worst weapon.
Wait, does she have any weapons?
No.
So, you're about to see what happens when we get in a duel. Instead of having it be random, you have cards, which we can show later when we...
Sorry, we had to show her dying first because she made a stupid move. That was really dumb. She shouldn't have done that.
Pretty much, yeah. The strike is the most powerful, The strike is the most powerful attack, but if it is countered and then it kills you, then there's just the regular hit, etc.
We'll go into this more when I actually stop to, like, take a turn, but it was more important that I killed her right then, so, you know. First blood is the AI's. I mean, she's red, so it made sense. So now she's out for a couple rounds. So, going back into the additional spaces, let's see, what are these have we not seen? I think we've seen all these.
Because we got magic, we got items, we got money.
Got shield and sword, yeah.
Shield and sword.
Right here you can get a field magic. This is a magic that acts like an item rather than one that you use for your battle magic. So it's outside of battle. So you can cast it on other players or bosses when we get to the main board.
Which you can bet that literally as soon as she comes back to life.
She will throw one at us if she has one, yes.
And we are going to throw one at her if we have one.
Yep, and so these are the planes. These normal spaces like this are fight spaces. If you get on these, you can either get into a fight or into an event. The events are a little bit more rare, but they can happen. So assuming that I actually get in a fight here.
See, we say right now that it's a little bit more rare, except we'll go like 10 turns and only get these stupid events.
That is correct. So when you get into a fight, if you're fighting another player, it's the person that initiated the attack, and then it alternates every single turn because it's, you know, it becomes the other person's turn if they survive. But when you initiate a fight with an enemy such as this level 1 kobold, which is all that shows up here other than, you know, actual physical opponents, you'll be choose to pick a card here, and you'll either get first or last. So I got first, so I'll be going first. So this is where you could use your offensive items. The top one that's X'd out would be my magic if I had any, but I don't. Left is attack, which is just a normal attack. Charge is my skill, which increases my attack by 50%, but I don't attack this turn. And strike is a super attack that, again, if countered, will pretty much not quite insta-kill me yet, but it will basically undo all the damage I did that was a super attack and throw it back on me. While he can do Magic Guard, which would block damage from a magic attack, but not a physical. Defend, obviously the inverse of that, where it would not block magic, but it would block normal. Give up, where he could just give up or counter. I'm just going to poke him, though.
See, and it's great if you have like an actual sword and stuff because you absolutely obliterate them.
Yep, and then they give you money, gold, and sometimes an item. The item drops, there are usually 2 per enemy. One is a common one and one is a rare one. I believe that's the common one. And you get experience. And then once you get a certain amount of experience, of course, you gain a level. What you gain in that level will depend on your class. So I'm playing as Thief, so I get attack up by 1, speed up by 2, and HP by 1. Warrior gets the same thing, except it is... the HP stays, however, the defense goes up by 1 and the attack by 2. Magician, magic goes up by 2, and I believe it's defense and HP both go up by 1. And your job has levels. Once you max out the level, which is level 6, you will get an additional point in another stat. In my case, it would make it in speed. So once I get to level 6, if I keep getting levels instead of changing my job, I can get a point in attack, a point in HP, and 3 points in speed. However, that additional point stays if you change your job. So say I switch over to Magician, I would get a level and I would get the magic, defense, and HP, but I would still get the point in speed. So it pays to change your job as often as you can. And then you'll also get 2 points to distribute however you see fit. I'm going to dump 1 into offense and 1 into HP.
Alright.
I know we're not doing a Let's Play, but for anybody that has not watched this, and it's also going up on archives, I will explain a little bit later on as we get into it. I'm not going to worry about it as much.
Yay!
You did it.
Yay!
See, the good news is you actually had a pretty good chance, because the AI not only got knocked back, they got stuck there for 2 turns. They can't do anything.
Yeah, the longsword is pretty good. Technically, I get a bonus by using a dagger, but, I mean, the longsword is
I think it's still
technically the
better.
weapon.
I think it's still better, actually, even with that bonus. Well, yeah, I guess it is. All of the weapons do come with their own class bonus, so by using a knife-based weapon for a thief, they get a 30% attack increase. So for the first 3, the knife and the dagger are good for the thief. The longsword is good for the warrior. The magician doesn't have any good weapons yet, but you can see those whenever we get into later parts of the game. I would argue magician's not a good first class to go for anyway. And that's largely in part because the spells that you cast can be very good. Because in addition to having the skills on your weapon, there are also battle skills and field skills. The battle skills you get by leveling up, and the field skills you will always have. We've already seen the Thief's field skill, which is whenever they pass a player, if that player has an item in their inventory, then it can be stolen from them. If they have more than one, then the item taken is random, but that's how I stole her 1 crystal. The warrior gets a random attack increase for a couple days, it's percentage based, and the magician will be able to cast 2 spells from her inventory instead of 1. Which is why the magician is annoying to start with.
So, it's been a week,
Yep.
as we mentioned, and it talks about our ratings and stuff, which there isn't really a whole lot going on right now just yet. Once we have, like, towns and stuff, it'll be different. Usually we just, like, power mash through this.
Yep. And then you get to hear the wonderful, not real version of Cotton Eye Joe, which is always good.
Yep. And you get a graph, which is sure to be interesting. And then we save over things.
And then we go.
And then we go.
Week 2!
Yay!
So the nice thing is, by using this overlay, is it'll actually tell you just how many spaces you are away. So I'm 8 away, so I'm not going to be able to use the 5 crystal yet.
So for those of you that have watched me in Mario Party repeatedly be completely unable to count, this is very good for me.
Now the thing is, she may not always remember to check for that, but...
Oh heavens no. Mm-mm. Just because I have a less...
Just because the ability's there doesn't mean you're going to use it.
Like, just because I'm less likely to mess up doesn't mean I'm not going to mess up.
Correct.
Oh, the other thing about using Pickpocket, like you did just there, well, at first it does, like, very minimal damage, and second of all, when you kill it, you get it all back.
Yeah, you get all of it back.
So, it's basically pointless, especially when it does so little damage.
The only upside would be using it on a player if your magic was incredibly high and theirs was incredibly low. The thing is, and they don't tell you this because it sounds like it would be one way, but it's the other. When the field magics are used on you, there's a % chance, you'll know whenever you scroll over them, if that player, it'll show a percentage and how much damage it will do. The damage is based on how much higher or lower your magic is compared to the opponent, but the % chance of hitting is based on speed, not magic. So if your magic's really low, but your speed's really high, if somebody uses a field spell and you may not even get hit by it, you might just dodge it. Which is usually why I end up picking Thief to start with, because I like having high speed, because occasionally if your speed, well, even if it is higher, the higher your speed, the less likely you are to miss. Because the only 2 times, 3 times that you're guaranteed to hit is if your opponent counters and you attack, because they're preparing to counter, presumably. Magic does not miss, and skills do not miss.
I will also say, just as a quick thought right here, there are some enemies that are more likely to use counter than others.
Yep.
So just using strike literally all the time may get you killed.
Yep. In fact, there are some bosses in the game that have auto counter, because this is one of the games where the AI chooses what it does before you. So if you pick strike, you will be countered, and you will die. In the meantime, I'm out of here. I've made it here, so since I'm the first one, I get 8 points to my stats. Actually, no, I'm not gonna do that. And then again, they give you all the starting equipment if you don't have it.
Ta-da!
And then I'm on the main board. I can actually start playing once my turn rolls around again. I don't have to wait for these guys as well, so I can start taking out the bosses as soon as I want.
Meanwhile, I'm moving along at a snail's pace.
Yep.
Oh no.
Block it with your wrist.
Yep.
Like a true hero.
See, it's technically a good idea to get a shield.
But as long as you have a weapon,
YOLO.
as long as you have a weapon, you can one-shot these guys, even if they defend. The only way that you can't kill these guys as a character is if you don't have a weapon, you attack and they defend. But if you're a warrior and get the attack bonus, which doesn't add up much because it's percentage-based, it will still be enough to one-shot them.
Well, and every time you level up, don't you get full health again?
Yeah, you get a full heal every time you level up, so...
So
You can, in
definitely at this
theory,
point
run
in
through it.
time- So definitely at this point in time, it's like, oh no, I got hit.
Yep.
Because now I had 40 health, and then now I have like 60, so it's like, whatever.
Yep. So here's the main map. Item space we have not, or spaces that we have not seen. These are obviously just the towns. If you hit A on them, you can see the boss and all their information, what they have, etc. This is a tax or a bank space where you can either collect or invest money into towns, which obviously would be useless right now. Item store, self-explanatory. The castle is where you will take over. You can also heal here, but it takes a lot of money. This is an event, which we'll probably never see. Magic store where you can buy better magic equipment, like so. There's the field magic you can use. Here's the stuff you can actually pick up to use for battle or defensive magic. Your weapon store. Dokapon Castle where you can go to change your job, change your hairstyle, give gifts to the king. Yep. And then the red chest, this is a space, again, that it says risky, but it could be great. It throws up a roulette with really good items, but it also has really bad stuff. It could do stuff like do 9,999 damage to you and insta-kill you. And this is the dark space, which we'll get into when, not if, when the AI becomes a Darkling.
Yep.
For now, I'm just gonna roll.
It's the other thing, there's also a button that you can press. You should definitely fight the boss right now.
Yeah, no, that ain't happening.
You can also go in and press a button on this screen after you've rolled, and it shows you where you can move to.
Which is very nice.
Which is amazing, especially if you can't count, so, like me.
Right now, I'm just looking for the weakest towns. Honestly, if you see something like a halfling, don't fight it. That speed is much higher, and you will miss probably every shot that you take at him.
Gotta go fast. It's
Okay,
like
let me sit
fighting
back here.
Sonic, except Sonic is on speed
And actually good.
and doesn't suck.
Alright, let's start here, I guess. A Rogway. Awesome.
Another thing about this is that we must mispronounce every monster's name.
Pretty much every monster, yeah.
All of them. It's important.
Poke, poke.
Also, if you don't manage to kill the thing in one round, when it's your next turn, then you'll have another round that goes pretty much the same as the first. We haven't...
It'll happen. Trust me, it will happen. You'll see it. It'll do like a nice little cartoon fight in the background, and it'll just say to be continued.
Shocker.
The funny thing is, aside from the bosses that are on the towns, enemies have the option to give up, but they usually don't. You can go back to this starting area when you're about level 80, and those level 1 kobolds will still try and fight you. and they will not give up, which is impressive. Stupid, but impressive.
Hilarious.
Because at that point, you're going to be doing, like, almost 4-digit damage to them.
They're like, nah, no, it's fine. I'll fight you.
Ooh, here we go.
And depending on the area of the continent, we may have stronger enemies than others. It just kind of depends. We also tend to have, like, in the forest, you'll see a lot more spiders.
Spiders and fairies are annoying because they're hard to hit and they try to put you to sleep. And if they put you to sleep, you're gonna be in trouble for a couple rounds. I'll do this.
Snakes also kind of suck, because...
Oh yeah, the worms and the snakes. Ugh. See, the problem, like, this game could be unbalanced at times. What I mean by that is, remember I said skills can't be blocked? Some of them are complete bullcrap. Because there's one skill that is called a whale, that if the enemy goes first, it will almost certainly activate it, and again, it cannot be dodged, it cannot be blocked. And it will do one of two things with a 50-50 chance. It will either do 1/8 of your max damage to you, or it will do 9,999 damage to you, which means that you're dead. So, realistically, no matter how good levels you are, you might get into a fight, not draw the first card, and just immediately die, and there's no thing you can do to stop it. You're dead. It's incredibly annoying.
You lose. Good day to you, sir.
Bye, zombie. Also, yes, this entire town was being terrorized by one singular zombie.
I mean, it only takes one zombie.
So now I'm level 2 thief, so I get my skill, which is steal is an opponent's item if they have it. This is in battle, not out of battle. I'm not going to keep that skill because I prefer charge. Charge isn't that great, but it's better than steal. If you want a good ability that can steal an item from a monster, I would recommend Glory. However, that is incredibly hard to get because you need to be a hero to get that. And being a hero in this game is very hard to do because there are multiple jobs you have to master. Then you have to get a hero license from a boss that may or may not even spawn. Take that to the mountain. This is assuming you haven't lost it, dropped it, whatever, somebody stole it, etc. And then you have to go all the way to the top of the mountain to probably spend about 2 weeks looking for the hero license, then take that back to Dokapon Kingdom, and then you can become a hero.
Not to mention, while also trying to fend off the AI and finish the continent that you are on.
Correct.
So, yeah.
Yeah, it's not pretty.
It's out of hand.
That's putting it mildly.
Do it.
No.
I always encourage people to take on the bosses of towns that they are woefully unprepared to fight, because I think it's hilarious.
And because I'm smart enough not to do that, that's usually why I win Mario Party.
I mean, yes. I'm not saying it's a smart thing for me to do, I'm saying it's hilarious.
Yeah, that's Brandon's job, not mine.
Exactly. Oh, so you will see an attack that, or a battle that doesn't. It just says to be continued, and it has that, like, little cartoon thing right there.
And you, for the record, if she rolls the right number, she could go in and interrupt the fight. And if you get into a fight where somebody is fighting, which you're not going to be able to do, an enemy, you will choose who to fight first, and then the winner of that fight will fight whoever is remaining. So usually if it's your first time playing, you're going to want to stick to around Dokapon Castle and the desert, because the water areas like this can have stuff like orcs, a lot of stuff with relatively high speed that we'll be able to dodge pretty easily. Stuff up in the north will usually be stuff like orcs again. Forest will again be spiders, fairies, stuff with high speed. And the desert towards the bottom left is... You might get a scorpion, but the scorpions are pretty easy to kill. All they do is use strike and counter.
Mm-hmm. So if you just don't strike against them, then it's fine.
Yeah. Meanwhile, in the still level 1 department, who finally got up to level 2.
Wow.
I mean, she only killed one enemy before I swooped in and killed her.
I mean,
so.
you know, she deserved it.
See, the
again, you may think we're being cruel by picking on the AI, but she deserves it.
Oh, she will deserve it so bad. There we go. So the other thing about when I killed the AI, I got 6 experience. The thing is, if you kill another player or force another player to give up, you instantly become the level they're at. So if for whatever stupid reason, somebody's at like level 6 and the other person's at 20, and the level 20 loses and they give up or die, then that other person will immediately become level 20, and they will get all their level ups, and they'll be able to assign like 40 points on this screen right here.
It's ridiculous.
However, if you're playing against the AI, which Brandon and I often have to do, it is a very good strategy where one person will focus on doing nothing but fighting while somebody else gets a quest done, and then the other person will just give up. They'll get all the levels, and then they'll just forgive the other player and not make them lose anything, and so that way both of you are on even ground while the other person's really far behind.
See, and then they'll give up when you really want the experience.
Yeah, the problem is, when they give up, they will drop an item. They're guaranteed to drop an item, but you will not get any experience for it. Because, you know, you didn't actually fight.
Which, to a certain extent, you really want the experience of the item, so...
Yeah. The only upside to getting that item trickster that you got is it can be sold for a pretty decent amount of money.
Very true.
So now that everybody's here, it will spawn in the red boss. If you're wondering where it is, you have to wait for either the 2 weeks are up and everybody gets sent to the map, or everybody makes it before the 2 weeks. So now we have to help the little guy, cure for cash, but first we have to deal with the red boss that spawned in.
Yep. It's a week. She made it just in time.
And now that I've saved a town, as you can see, got a little bit more money than everybody else.
Just a little bit.
Just a little.
Just a little bit.
Alright.
Where did you go?
Where did you come from, Cat Joe? See, this is where I could collect or invest, but I'm not going to do that right now because it's kind of waste, honestly. The only town that I could put it in would be Bukan, and I don't want to do that. The good news is, once you free a town, if you go there, you can collect the tax money automatically and invest automatically, and if it's your town, you can spend the night, which will automatically fully restore your health. If it's not your town, you have to pay a small amount to do that, but it's really usually not that much.
Unless it's a castle, and then it's ridiculous.
However, you can try and attack the town, which is usually a complete waste of time, because all you get if you win is their tax money and an item if they've crafted one, which they have to be level 3 by investing in them up to level 3 or higher, so usually not worth it. And if you lose, you'll become wanted, and it will make you wanted worth 10,000 times whatever week in the game it is. So the later you are in the game, the more that wanted bounty is worth. And if somebody beats you, then they of course get the bounty. But this also means you can't enter towns, Dokapon Castle, item stores, etc. for that entire 2 weeks, or week, depending on how much it is. Alright, let's watch your shield be broken. Nope, you're fine.
Waterfall has the potential to completely ruin your life. So, be aware of that.
And again, that is a skill, not a magical ability. It cannot be dodged, it cannot be blocked.
Because that would be easy.
Alright, AI, make us proud. Our first event is risque. So basically, she can give him money, which she did not do, wisely. And then you can pick a character, and you can either try to steal money, what is it, money, equipment, and something else. Items. Items.
Yeah.
But he almost always fails. We've only seen him succeed like maybe 3 times ever.
And we've played this for a very long time.
Yeah. So, probably don't want to try using him if you run into him.
Oh, also note, when on the snow, if you land on one of the yellow spaces, like one of the non-town spaces, then you will be frozen.
Yeah, it will paralyze you and then you will not be able to move for a turn. Since this is an actual town, that does not qualify here, but on normal spaces, yes. Also, I'm dead.
So this is what happens when you do that.
Yep.
So, in this situation, you can either get angels or the Grim Reaper.
Or evil angels.
Or evil angels.
Not my fuse! No!
And then it really just, like, what those mean is how many turns you have to chill out for.
Yep.
Yeah, the item trickster supposedly
It has a
steals
chance to
an
steal
item
an
from
item.
someone, but, like...
It could also take items or money away from you, and you don't even get to pick who it tries to steal from.
It mainly just screws you over.
Yep. So since I got the angels, I'm out for 1 turn. If it's the dark angels, you're out for 2, and if it's the Grim Reaper, you're out for 3. I got lucky in the fact that I lost an item I really did not give a crap about, but it can do other stuff. It can make you lose your sword, your shield, it can make you lose a town.
The onion.
It could change your hairstyle, which is funny.
Hilarious. They have a poop hairstyle.
Yep.
And because I am 12 years old, I think that's hilarious.
It's true. You gonna go with steal or keep charge? See, the thing is, whether we pick that or not, we are definitely swapping that out for the level 4 skill, which is insanely better compared to that one.
Oh, so when you are at the store, oh, excuse me, I got the hiccups, something fierce. You can attack the store, in which you play rock, paper, scissors, and if you win, then you get the best item, and it's cool. And if you lose, then you
get
have
wanted.
a bounty on you, and everyone murders you.
Yep.
Stop.
What are you doing?
I don't know. What am I doing? I'm making poor decisions, you know that?
Yeah, you sure are.
Yep.
You better hope he doesn't think wise enough to use magic. Knowing him, he'll do something stupid like...
Please.
That still might not be enough.
Nope.
Nope, not
I'm
enough.
dead. I'm dead.
You could give up. See, okay, we should explain this before you make a decision. In giving up, you don't take as heavy of a penalty, whether fighting an AI or fighting a human. You will still, like, have a chance to lose something, but you'll only get put in timeout for a turn, which means you stay on the map where you are, and you don't get sent back to Dokapon Castle, and you may not be out for multiple turns. If you do it whenever you're fighting a human player...
Ouch.
Yeah, you might be in trouble then.
Oh, I'm definitely in trouble.
If you do it when fighting a human player, then the things that they can do to you are reduced. So instead of me taking all the AI's money, I can only take half. You're not able to steal towns, so the penalties aren't as harsh. You can do stuff like throw status ailments on them instead, so stuff that's not as threatening. Round 2, even though this isn't the same orc, it's still technically the same enemy at least.
It's an orc.
Yep. Man. See, now, I didn't mention this because we did a lot of practice and a lot of research on this game. We, meaning myself and Brandon. The more often you strike, the more often the enemy counters. So, because I decided to strike in the first battle of the game that I was in, it's probably going to be giving me more counters than it will the other players. And the only reason that I didn't...
I'm dead.
Yeah, you're dead.
Rip.
You're definitely dead. The only reason that I didn't use strike on the zombie earlier was because I was pretty sure with his 8 defense that I could kill him, and I was right. But often, the only way to really get ahead at the start of this game is by striking a couple bosses to kill them, and it will get you like 2 or 3 levels. Otherwise, you're stuck fighting pretty weak enemies, or you have to go to an area where, you know, the enemies are pretty much as strong as the bosses, out on par with them, so you're taking a gamble either way. So you might as well take a gamble that if you get it right, it'll pay off better, as opposed to the penalty as being about the same.
Oh, also, because
yeah,
we've already
forgot that.
established that if you land on a space with another person on it, you have to fight them. If it is an item space or another space like a store, you cannot fight them.
Yeah, the only spaces that you can fight an enemy on is like the default battle spaces. Otherwise, if they're on a space like this, you cannot do anything to them. We'll talk about the spring cave later, but it is worth noting that there is a spring in there where you can throw in an amount of money, and it will warp you to any of the other castles that are in this area. So if you need to get down to like the South American castle really fast, that is a good way to do so, as opposed to going all the way across here and through this forest, which is its own little area, and then back out here. It takes a long time. So keep that in mind if you are playing, because it helps tremendously.
So the other thing that this game does that other games don't do is that it, on the spaces that take you from continent to continent, you have to land on the spaces.
That's correct. You can't just stop your roll halfway through. You have to, like, fully commit to your roll. So it is very possible to, in fact, roll too high, which is something that does not normally happen in most party-based games.
Alright.
See, the problem is I basically lost the game by doing that, because I just got the Cursed Town. That was stupid.
Pretty much.
The good news is it could very easily change hands. Like,
Alright.
Very easily.
So, we're going to see how magic works when used on another person.
There you go. Granted, the
There's
damage
a
was 0 because
chance-
it's not a battle magic that does damage. It didn't affect.
Well, yeah, this specific effect did something different, but
Thank
and there
God
is
it
a
did.
chance that they can dodge it.
Which is based on their speed. Thankfully, since we picked speed-based classes, it was easier for us to hit her than it would be for her to hit us.
Pretty much, yeah.
Oh, right, I need to explain that. Yeah, Zishan, the town that I just freed, it is cursed. Every time Brandon and I have ever played this game, which we've beaten it about probably 6 or 7 times, whoever has gotten that town has not won the game. It's like the car curse in Survivor. Whoever wins the car is a luxury prize has never won the game. It's the same concept. The only thing is, towns can change hands very, very, very easily for 2 reasons. One, the red boss can sometimes throw effects, and one of those is sometimes he'll just throw a monster back on a town that was already freed. 2 is the Darkling can recapture those towns, which again we'll get into when the AI turns into a Darkling.
There's the paralyzed that we were talking about with the snow. Thankfully, it doesn't affect you in battle.
Or in this case, unfortunately, it doesn't. But she gave up anyway, so that's cool.
Well, you know.
See, the thing about giving up as well is enemies can't throw stuff at you. Like, I wouldn't be able to throw any magic at her right now because she gave up. So technically, she's quote-unquote off the board, so I wouldn't be able to throw any spells at her. That's not why she gave up, but it was worth mentioning.
We're having a sale.
Heck yeah, you are.
Which one do you want?
I know the spear's better, but I'm gonna go with this anyway because I like the speed on it.
Hey, thanks a lot.
And I'll go ahead and grab that as well.
Thanks a lot.
I don't think
What do
there's
you
anything
want
I
to
want to
sell?
sell.
What do you want to sell?
No. And thankfully the game's smart enough to, whenever you buy an item, it will automatically buy it. So if I buy a weapon, it'll buy back the previous weapon, so it calculates the extra money going into that as well.
Mm-hmm.
Thankfully.
So if you have, like if your sword breaks, you're gonna have to pay more than if you're trading one in.
Yep. Also, if you're wondering what happens if you try to rob the item store or the magic store, it is the exact same thing. It is a Rochambeau game, and if you lose, you become wanted, win, and you get a bunch of good items. The only difference between that is in the magic shop, instead of getting battle magic, you usually get some field magic that's pretty high and stuff you can't normally buy. Same thing with the items, you get items that you can't normally buy. I'm trying to think when else Rochambeau comes into play other than the event of Roche. But trust me, we'll see Roche. She does not leave players alone, ever.
Weekly ranking.
It's probably still me, because I'm the only one that's freed any towns. I keep trying to go left instead of up. Because a lot of the games I've been playing recently, I go from no to yes, so it's a left-right instead of an up-down. Oh yeah,
another thing.
shops are closed on Sunday.
Yep, no post on Sunday.
Yep, it's important. Nuts, I was hoping for a 1 or a... Well, I guess that could work. I know I can't go this far, but I want to see where I want to go next. So there's drugs and that guy. That orc got killed by Eyeball, which I don't want to fight. We got lucky in the fact that that was a magician and not a halfling.
Yeah, halflings you don't ever hit. Like,
Not until you're, like, you know, your speed is equal to or higher than them do you want to actually try to fight them. Screw it. Over here. Hans of the tree. Also, yes, in case somebody's wondering, we got the pun. Hans, arms dealer. Yeah.
but
Also, the way the magic defense works is it's supposed to block some magic, actual damage. For pickpocket, I don't think it does that. It just stops your money from being stolen.
yep.
Which, you know, I guess you get cheated out of a really dumb animation. But if nothing else, the reason they give you your opponent's stats is to try to see and predict what they're going to do. So if they have high magic and you have low magic, like this, they're probably going to do magic. Or magic guard, sure. I don't know why they thought you were going to use magic, but,
It's important.
you know. See, while the AI can be smart and do stuff like auto-counter, it can equally do what we call the Pokemon syndrome, where they've got you on the ropes, one attack will kill you, and then they do something like, I don't know, Harden,
Yep.
where they just make a really stupid decision for no real reason, and as a result, they suffer for it. But the game is smart enough to know when one of your skills gets locked. I was supposed to use a charisma line, I didn't actually have to. Alright, that works. So, for example, there's a skill called Willbind that seals your counter and give up, so you can't give up, and because the game knows that you can't counter, it will strike, because there's no way for you to stop them from striking you. Alright, I'm not gonna do it 3 times in a row. I was smart.
Wow.
Also,
You're
because...
learning.
No, I just had a feeling that even if he defended, that I could probably still beat him.
Probably.
And I was correct, so... Because unlike last time, I came in here with a better shield and a better weapon. Also, there is a class that can use 2 items in 1 turn. I believe it is the Ninja, which we'll see later. Right now, still the only jobs available to us are going to be the starting 3 classes. However, upon mastering 2 of those 3, you'll get a 3rd class. So by mastering Ninja and Warrior, you'll get a... Or by mastering Thief and Warrior, you'll get Ninja. Thief and Magician will get you Alchemist. And mastering Warrior and Magician gets you Spell Sword, which is crap. And addition, on top of that, you can also get other things by finding certain items. Such as the Hero License that will turn you into a hero, Show Ticket will turn you into Acrobat, and Lost Technology will turn you into a Robo Knight. But we can't access any of those because the earliest one we can get is the one for Acrobat, and that's not till Continent 2, so it's not even accessible right now. That's what you already have. Prefer.
Actually, that's not bad. Also, he's obnoxious. Like, he's
Yeah.
fine in the first, like, couple of times that you go, and then it's like all of a sudden you're just mocking meow. And it's hilarious.
Very hilarious. Alright,
It's hilarious.
so the bulk of this part's cut out, so we got the 3 up here, the 2 down here, and the 2 over here.
And the one up there.
Oh yeah, no. Well, I just meant kind of everybody up there, but, you know. Sure, I guess he's up there. I don't remember what this guy is. Yeah, not doing that.
The one that we definitely don't want to fight.
Agreed.
I have the honor to be your obedient servant.
Poke him in the
Ah,
pants!
hell no.
Yeah! The key is to deflate their pants, then they can't float, and then they're just out of options.
Exactly.
Oh, thanks for that magma spell. I'll be sure to sell that at my first opportunity. Because the magma spell actually sells for a pretty good bit. A lot of the field magic stuff does, that actually does damage.
Have I learned?
Keep in mind, he's already healed himself, so he's back at full.
I'm aware. The question is, have I learned from my mistakes?
The answer-
may not surprise you.
Yeah, not even a little.
Also, why... This is the second time this has happened.
Again, the AI can be smart sometimes. Like, it may have just known what you were going to do.
YOLO!
This did not work last time.
Let's see it.
And it still did not work now.
Oh god.
Also, you better hope the AI can't get swooping and kill steal. Oh, I thought she was going to.
Sweating really nervously.
Which one do you prefer?
I think she was 1 short from coming in.
I think... Yeah, no, she's too short. Thankfully,
Something like that.
that was the highest number she could have rolled, so there's no way she could have gotten it that turn. But that still could have been bad.
Meanwhile, you're going places.
Yep, sure
Having
am.
moved 1 space per turn for the last 3 turns.
You mean 4 turns, actually.
Oh, yep, I forgot about that. You're right.
The best part is, I still have my 1 crystal because I forgot to use it and rolled a 1 anyway. But now
Again.
now I can't stop rolling 1s.
Move 1 more.
And I got Magma Plus, which just does more damage.
It does more damage, which means it's great.
Later on, we will not see it anytime soon, but there are also DX spells, i.e. Deluxe, and they will
Oh,
do even
God.
more than Plus. Now, you probably actually got it now. Yep.
Yay! This is when gambling always pays off, and by always, I mean so rarely.
If you smack into that brick wall enough times, eventually it will fall down.
Eventually, I will get to platform 9 3/4. Yeah,
Okay.
and then he immediately shows up at another one, so...
Yeah.
Oh, and that's a halfling, so we're not beating that.
Awesome. Well, she didn't go for the orc. She totally could have taken him on.
I think she's tried to avoid fighting whenever possible.
I'm okay with that. Keep her in the corner. Ah, rolled a 4.
Disappointed.
Incredibly disappointed. Siberia's been liberated. Hooray. What the world hoped for. That sword just went straight through that shield. Apparently it was made of cardboard.
Good lord.
Ridley stole my items. Nice job, Samus. What was your suit made out of? Cardboard? Arabia has fallen. Oh no.
No, stop. Don't.
I will warn you for when we go into towns. Characters that are in the towns are a little bit like caricatures, and by which I mean kind of racist. Especially the ones that are in, like, you know, the northeast area. Just a little.
It's fine. Don't worry about it. It's fine.
Ah.
Uh-huh.
She just bought that too.
Uh-huh. That's fine.
Spider G. Spider G.
So it's a Speditor.
Does whatever a Spider G does.
Speditor suck.
What's a Spider G? I don't know. Probably best to ask questions, though. And now it's dead.
Fine, Speditors.
It's too bad you didn't have a Scorch, then you could have set it on fire. It wouldn't have killed it, but, you know, would have been apt.
I mean, it would have made me happy.
She's just gonna lose that item. Whatever it is, it's gone next turn.
I thought she was right next to me, and I was about to be like, oh, please, fight me.
There's that one. Beautiful. Alright, let's show off the caricatures.
Ni hao.
Yep, beautiful. So yeah, they give you all the tax money they picked up, and then they'll ask if it can be upgraded to donate to the town. They only go up to level 6, so at that point, you won't have to worry about it anymore. Then you can either leave or stay in town.
Which, either one means the same thing, except if you stay, you regain your health.
Yep.
So it's like...
And again, the third option of choosing to attack the town if it is not yours will show up. Since it was my town, obviously it didn't show up.
Huh, be ashamed if something were to happen.
Like diarrhea? I will warn you, poison in this game kind of sucks. Thankfully, it's not like Pokemon where a certain number of steps will poison you. You're just stuck with it until you can heal it or you die. But it is percentage of your max health, so that number will increase of how much damage you take each turn from it, the more health you have.
Oh hey, another thing to throw at her.
Yep. As soon as you're done fighting drugs.
Don't do drugs, kids.
Why is it attacking you? It's the same color as you. Also, now you're getting diarrhea.
Yeah. Diarrhea.
And that's why you don't eat leftover macaroni and cheese, kids. It lives.
Oh jeez.
Not surprising.
Ha!
Also not surprising.
I dodged it. Because my speed is very much higher than hers.
All of her 6 speed.
Her 6 speed, and I'm pretty sure I have
Like 18.
almost 20.
And Mushroom is getting a defense boost.
Mushroom.
Yeah, why not? Oh great, I'm fighting everybody's favorite Soul Calibur enemy. That's what we call a lie. Cervantes for life. Also, can they just announce him for 6 already?
Can they just
Please?
remake 2 for 6?
6 actually looks pretty promising. It looks like it kept to 2 really well, so I'm kind of excited for it. For one thing, we've actually got Keelik and Shang, or not Shanghua, but like all the main characters that got replaced in 5, most of them have been re-announced now. There's no more Zwei yet. There's no Alpha Patroclus. Thank God.
I chop them up and then I put them on my salad. Just kidding. Mushrooms are gross.
Yep, they're pretty nasty.
So I'm pretty sure when the full heal happens at every level, it doesn't do away with status effects.
It does not,
so
no. That poison will be staying.
It still sucks to suck.
Just go in the castle. This, however, will get rid of it, because once you go to the castle, you get full restoration on health and get rid of all your status effects. I think there's 1 status effect in the game that cannot be healed here. No, 2. 2 cannot be healed here. Which we're not likely to see both. One of them is the Z-Virus, and the other one is the Death Call, where you can summon the Grim Reaper or somebody.
Mm-hmm.
And then they have to defeat the caster, and if they don't do that in the allotted time, then they die.
So basically, you just die.
Yeah, there's no way to stop it or avoid it other than killing the player who threw it at you. Actually, press the right button!
Yay!
Alright, let's take a look here.
Hey. This time you actually wanted the one.
Yeah.
Wow.
That's why I had to use the crystal, otherwise I was gonna roll 6. There's no way the game would have let me have it otherwise.
Yeah, you're right. That's a great defense, considering you're a giant eyeball.
I mean, that's what the spider does. He's basically like, don't kill me!
I mean, the spider deserves death.
It's true. So I must be a decent level if I just kill the boss and didn't get a level up from it. The thing is, though, when it comes to your job leveling up, it doesn't matter how strong the enemy is, it just matters how many fights you get in. So as a result, you want to try to fight often. For once, this is one of the few games where it might be worth fighting low-level enemies, even though the experience is junk, you might be getting your job level up. Because I'm at 3 right now, I'm pretty sure.
Your pockets feel. I see.
Yeah, that guy gathers all the taxes from all the towns for a small fee, but I only have the one town, and I'm literally right next to it.
Yeah. He just takes a random percentage. That percentage, I believe, is higher the higher you are on the placement board. But basically, it gives you on-hand cash at loss of your overall value.
So, like, if you're desperate...
If you, like, really need the money, then it's awesome. Round 2.
You may think this round is easy, but you're wrong. It's because the name of the town is wrong.
If you call the ones that hit meteorites, what do you call the ones that miss? Carlos. Also, can we just point out that he tried to counter me again?
There's no trust.
I mean, I already beat an orc by just attacking it normally, so I knew it would work, and then he just did the same thing. The upside is, we don't ever use this feature, but you could if you want to. After you've fought and defeated a monster, you can actually look at the predictions, and it will show you, like, how much damage you'll do. So I'll probably try to show that off if I can remember. No more diarrhea? And by take a break, they mean eat some yogurt. Oh yeah, you can also gift local items to the king, but we really don't do that often.
Because we definitely care.
The idea of it is the more the king likes you, the more chance you have for a bonus at the end of the game, but usually we don't play to the end of the game. We usually get about halfway through and then stop. But for this, it might be actually useful here. There are also more hairstyles than just those 3. There's the default for each class, as well as ones you can find.
Also the duck head.
This is the beggar, where you have the option... Oh, do I actually have to hit the button here? There we go. He will ask for some quote-unquote spare change, even though later in the game that will be enough to comfortably live in a small mansion for the rest of his life. And he can either vanish into thin air or turn out to be a goddess. So if you give him the money and he runs away, then you just lose your money. If you give him the money and he turns into a goddess, she'll probably give you a good item. However, if you don't give her the money and it turns out to be a goddess, you will usually be punished with some kind of penalty, usually a status effect, or lowering one of your stats for a little while. Honestly, later in the game, when they ask for a crap ton of money, really is kind of worth suffering the attack down for 2 turns. Because they'll ask for like 7 figures, and it's like, no thanks.
It's like, me too, bud. You want that much money? Me too. Me too.
Yeah, good kick there, buddy.
I feel like he would have broken his own foot by doing that kick.
Would have been like the cartoon where it like wobbles up his leg and goes like, ow.
Yep.
Action backflip.
Voodoo.
I'm hoping I get to level 4 soon, because I want to show off that skill, and I just actually want the skill. Yeah, no dice.
Nope.
Yeah, you know better than to do that by now.
Nope. There have been certain specific occasions in which we will agree that one of us is high enough level that in order to defeat the AI, we will defeat the other and then forgive them in order to up the other person's level. However, this is not one of those cases, and I'm not stupid or suicidal.
Seeing as I'm 9, you're 7, and I think the AI is 3 right now, so we are both literally twice or 3 times the level. Also, nice try, but no.
With your speed of 6. God.
Blistered feet.
Blistered feet is...
Delicious. Basically,
Well, see,
when
because Blistered Feet, instead of being like Derek and purposefully rolling one every turn, then you
you just
get
actually
cursed
roll
to
one.
roll one every turn.
What a horrible thing. I can't imagine what that would be like. But it might make a nice coaster for my drink.
Stick.
Screw it, why not? Let's use the 2-spinner. Everything else is by and large gone, so I don't know. Sure, why not?
Yeah, the
Oh, there's a
two-spinner
scorpion.
is basically
It's the help me roll higher item, basically.
I
Does
mean,
it
yeah.
work? Not usually.
I mean, considering I used it earlier and rolled a 5, no.
Yeah. The thing is, though, if you use... Because later on you'll find 3 spinners, 4 spinners, 5 spinners, etc. If you roll the same number on 3 or more spinners, it actually gives you a bonus item for managing to roll triples, quadruples, whatever. But for a double, no, it's not going to give you squat. There's a 3-spinner, speaking of which. That was better.
See, it's great because then it's like, ah, yes, look at all these places.
Now you get to actually see all the possible permutations.
And then I run around in circles.
Yep.
Which one do you want? Hey, thanks a lot.
Now, thankfully, the shields, it doesn't matter what class type you play, but some of them actually do have hidden abilities on them.
What do you want to sell? What do you want to sell? See you later.
Alright, AI. I can't tell if she's just too scared to step on a space, or is just really saving up her items.
It's because she knows we're willing and able to kick her.
That's true. Let's try this. No, none of those are gonna help.
Feels! Thank God!
I feel...
Okay.
Grenade!
So I think the damage it does is based on your magic, so it's not a lot of damage, but it gives me the satisfaction.
It's true.
So it's worth it. I would say. Boy.
What'd you put in those cookies? Cinnamon? Cinnamon? I'm allergic to cinnamon! It's
My
one of, like,
first
the
thought
few,
was
one of the few goofy roles he's played that I actually thought was really funny, despite never seeing that movie.
it was so good. I was about to say the one of the okay, fine.
You
Fair.
have been the one tossing all the crap at her.
Fair. Yeah, one of the first thing I thought about the Wisp was, at any given moment, the urge to sing the Lion Sleeps Tonight is just a whim away, a whim away, a whim away.
I don't get it.
Have you heard the song The Lion Sleeps Tonight? Also,
Not since I was like 7.
Also, you didn't go to the Red Chest, and I will never forget.
That's Brandon's job, not mine. But he had to work, loser. Kick his ass. Gotta work tonight, and he showed up late for work yesterday. Mostly because Caitlin got back from being on her trip that she didn't want to go to in, almost said New Vegas, Las Vegas, and was very tired. And so he brought her home, pretty much immediately went to bed without setting an alarm. So now we have escape. Allows escape from battle without any penalty.
Which is awesome!
This is very good, because this is one of the few things that can actually stop the Darkling from killing you. And seeing how the AI's been doing so far, they're probably going to be a Darkling pretty soon. Because the Darkling is activated whenever you stay in last place for too long. And seeing as the AI is not free to any towns, I know you've got at least 1 and I've got at least 3, they're definitely in last.
I think it's like 4-something weeks when you were in dead last that they take pity on you. Air quotes, take pity on you, and give you the Darkling stuff.
See, the thing about becoming a Darkling, we'll get into it later, is it does require sacrifice. The problem is, the AI doesn't give a shit. And so they will gladly sacrifice it just to mess with you, even though it will not help their overall standing in the game. In fact, it usually makes it worse.
But it makes us worse too, so it's fine.
Yep.
Alright, so let's see how this speed battle plays out. Because it's going to be speed.
To be fair, I've got a better chance than anybody else does. Definitely better than the AIs. They're 6 speed. Bye-bye.
Wow.
I may not be good at swinging a sword, but man, can I run. Oh yeah, we should also explain too. If you're wondering why we're not throwing any points into defense, that's because I've done my research. It is better to throw your points into health than it is to defense. So, no defense points for us, unless they're just naturally from the level ups.
What is the opposite of a glass cannon?
A boulder? It
That's
doesn't
a
do
nice
anything, but it's hard to get rid of. So now the daughter's precious doggy Cash has eaten a poison donut. His life is in danger. The only one that can create an antidote is a healer known as the Wise Grandma. Go find the Wise Grandma and go get the antidote from you. She's somewhere on the only continent you can go to. Yeah, that dog definitely looks poisoned. So it'll teleport her to a random spot on the map, and then you have to go and talk to her. Or throw a potion at her, either one.
Yep, both.
Absolutely nothing for what you're aiming for. No, those are even that great of a spot for a setup either. But at least you get to do that if you go that way. So there's that. A mighty glacier. It's true. It's the mightiest of glaciers. That's probably gonna do like 7 damage. Oh, okay. Decent, but
You were saying?
it still wasn't even half your health.
It was half my health, wasn't it?
No, you have 91 health, so it wasn't quite half.
Oh.
That's assuming that you were at full. I don't know, maybe you weren't. I wonder if she was just waiting for the grandma to show up and then try to steal the castle away.
Oh yeah, and on, what is it, Saturday? They have a sale.
Yep, Saturdays they always have a sale. And that's for all shops.
We're having a sale.
That includes the other shop from an event that we've not yet seen. The thing is, there's like 15 events, and out of those 15, I think like 11 of them are bad or neutral, and only a few of them are good. And even then, they're not guaranteed to be good, like Guts, for example, who can give you a better sword or shield, but he could also fail. But unlike the Thief, he actually succeeds most of the time. So now he's the top gourmand in all of Dokapon Kingdom. However, he hasn't been able to get out much because all these pesky monsters. So he wants a Zishan duck, which is the local item from Zishan. So the idea is, since I own the town, I need to get it to level 3, and then eventually they will make this Zishan duck. If somebody else wants to get it, they have to wait for me to get the town to level 3, or beat me and steal the town from me and upgrade it. Or, once it's at level 3 and has the item, they could try to rob the town to get it. Which is pretty much the only reason you'd ever actually want to try to steal from a town.
Or could steal from you.
Or could try to steal from me. I feel like your best bet is probably stealing the town as opposed to trying to get it from me, though. Oh, cool.
So, that event's not happening.
Is it bad that the first thing that when I saw this came to mind was the Aliens Are Here song from the Scooby-Doo Alien movie?
I mean, it's a good movie.
I've not seen it in a while, I just remember it was on a lot as a kid. But basically, the aliens will kidnap you, which takes you off the map, so I guess if, you know, that's something you don't want to be on the map for the time being, that's awesome.
So, like, right now it's obnoxious, but, for example, when the Darkling is around, you thank Jesus.
Yep. So next turn it'll bring me back and it can up all my stats by 1 or 2, or it can decrease all my stats by 1 or 2. Also, that's the halfling.
I'm aware. I'm gonna die. Or not.
I just love that just right here, and then you just stab him in the stomach. I mean, I guess you went up in the air, so it makes sense you would do this, but still.
Oh no, crossed arms, whatever shall I do?
He doesn't have the power bracelet, he can't block that. There it is.
And there you go.
You know what? That's probably what she was waiting for. She's gonna make a beeline straight to that dark space now. She could have gotten the wise grandma just then, but she's not going to.
That's my phone.
How many times do I have to tell you not to have your phone on a Let's Playing class?
I'm falling and dying. Hello? Hi. Yes.
Yeah!
Yes. Yay. Yay. That's okay. Oi, bye. I'm bringing another student to Let's Playing class.
Well, too bad, because we're not letting him play as the AI, because, I mean, the AI is
Definitely
kind of
not.
already way too far behind. Also, yes, that is a good point. Even though towns can be pretty easy to take over, castles are incredibly hard to take over. The only way to get a castle from another player is by playing as the Darkling, and there's a set of skills that they can get, and one of them takes a castle from a player and gives it to the Darkling. It's random which castle it takes, though.
Stop.
Surprised she didn't try to use Sleepy on you.
I mean, she still has a chance. What do you do?
Raise
Trying
that
to use
magic
all
up to 5.
Trying to use all her stuff before it all gets taken.
I guess.
Now's the point at which you try to kill her, right?
Close. No cigar.
Hey there! Which one do you want?
Sure, why not?
Hey! Thanks a lot. Hey! Thanks a lot.
Actually.
Hey.
What do you want to sell? What do you want to sell?
I think I had
What do you
to
want?
Oh, yeah, that.
What do you
That.
want to sell?
That hat.
Alright, cool. In the meantime, have fun with that fight.
Meanwhile, I'll be here getting absolutely nothing done.
Still not doing it. Wow.
See, it's funny that I say ouch even though it didn't hurt. And it's actually kind of relatable too.
Yeah.
Ba, ba, ba.
Dude, what? You're helping me! Now I'm gonna get the grandma next turn. And if she got the grandma, she would have, you know, just had to fight me.
See, it's not necessarily that she is helping you, it's just that she's hurting me, and that's what's important.
Yep.
Which is why next turn I fully intend on throwing a blistered foot at her.
Hooray.
So I say, and then I accidentally press too far ahead.
I mean, I've already done that once when I was supposed to use a 1 crystal and didn't do it.
Darn.
Was the arrow on her, actually?
What?
Was there an arrow on her? No, okay.
No.
The red and white went by really fast, so it looked kind of blurred together to look like it was the orange arrow.
I feel ya.
Also, that didn't work.
But hey, now I have an elixir.
For that 0 damage you're gonna take from this.
Yep.
I was really hoping it would be like 5.
Help, police, murder.
All of a sudden you're turning into Genji. I need healing!
And all of a sudden the potion is Donald Duck. Oh, you're at full health? Let me here. Help me heal. Let me help you heal you.
Yep.
Yeah, remember how we said that the Darkling space is down there? Yeah.
Since I'm not an idiot. Oh, there's no point in really investing in any of these because towns are just gonna get taken over. So.
Yep.
Hey there!
Hi,
You
Hans.
really can't.
How are you? Very good.
sell me the weapon that I have for 2,800 gold. I would just like to point that
See
out.
you later.
Sleepy time. Throw more status on me. It's sleepy time. I've got 3 effects, so sleepy time.
Sleep.
I literally have 3 effects on me right now. I have foot sore, sleep, and poison. Stupid.
It's important because it's sleepy time.
It just woke me up. Way to just completely waste my time, game.
Have you ever had diarrhea so bad it woke you up?
Yeah, actually many times. I think most people have, in fact.
Actually, I haven't. Not because I didn't wake up, I just don't regularly have diarrhea, I guess. Which is a weird
I don't either,
conversation
but
to
I've
be
lived
having
for
on live
23
stream,
years.
so-
By now, I've had it at least once.
Why?
Ha! So this is the Wandering Doctor. He will basically heal you completely and then make you pay a lot of money. And if you're fully healed, he'll make you pay a lot of money anyway.
Because he's a quack. Also,
Bye.
I'm gonna cry.
At least I have escape. So, by giving up literally everything that you own, items, money, towns, you name it, the only thing you don't give up is the castles that you own, which in this case would be nothing, you can turn into, basically, death.
So she has not a damn thing.
Yep. Oh good, I've recovered from the footsore, exactly what I was not hoping to have happen. These are all very useful. He lied.
I mean, won't that town heal you from your stuff?
Yeah, but she can still, if she gets to me, you'll just take it over with a monster and she'll fight me anyway. I was trying to land on a spot like...
But you have escape.
I know, but you have to go first to use it. So if I don't go first, I'm dead anyway. It gives me a chance to survive the Darkling. It's not a guarantee. I wish it was. But this is me the only chance I have to get back, so...
Yeah, mind you, we're not even off the first continent yet.
I know! No, I can't. And the only reason I can't is because I know it's gonna get taken over. So, what's the bloody point? See, at least you have a couple spaces you can stay on and survive.
Hello, my friend.
Thankfully, the Darkling can't go over item spaces, Dokapon Castle, bank spaces. So it works is at the start of their turn, the AI rolls a roulette that's got a bunch of numbers on it, and this adds their Dark Art points, which they can use at the start of each turn.
Thankfully, she didn't get many, and she rolled very low. So,
So there's a chance I can get back with this item to at least end the dang chapter.
yes.
So they basically get what's called a super spinner. They can give them anywhere between 2 and 5 spinners the entire 2 weeks that they're a Darkling.
It's ridiculous.
It's pretty bad. There is an item that does that, but it does not do it for 2 full weeks. Oh, please tell me. Yes! Freedom! I mean, it was
See, I
mine
don't even
anyway,
care.
so...
Like, and this is the point at which we don't care who got the castle or who got what item, because this means that now we can escape the continent because
Yep.
she is coming for our asses.
Alright, so this is worth noting, the castle is worth the highest value town times 2, always. So, if you're an idiot, like the last time the AI played against us on Sneaky, they took over all of the towns by using that ability where it takes over all the towns, and then got the castle. So how much was the castle worth? With none of the towns saved, how much was the castle worth that they got?
Nothing.
Nothing!
Not a damn.
So they literally got nothing for that castle.
You get nothing. You lose. Good day to you, sir.
Also, that took like a full week. The poison has definitely kicked in, and that dog is definitely dead. I have seen Hamlet. Trust me, poison kicks in faster than a week.
That dog is dead inside. Look at its eyes.
Yeah. Its eyes just go further and further apart the more and more the poison kicks in. And now at 80% of Asia. But not Japan, that's the sad thing.
I wonder what the rankings are, even though it's like Monday.
Yeah. And while castles may make a
Who's
huge
that
difference,
No one?
it's not going to make that much of a difference compared to later castles, because obviously the later towns are worth more. What a surprise. Chapter 2, The Case of the Demon Prince and the Missing Piggy Bank.
By Fall Out Boy.
And Fall Out Boy's seen some rough days.
Alright. So, again, friendly reminder that all these yellow spaces I can be fought on.
Yep.
Even these town spaces I can be fought on because she can take it over. So, essentially, I am well and royally screwed.
Unless you just want to spin in a circle and stay on Dokapon Castle.
Can I? What? I didn't know that was an option.
See? Like we said, even if you can see the options in front of you, you still won't see the options in front of you.
Nope.
So we should explain, since I said the AI gives up everything, when the AI lands on a town that is claimed by another player, because they give up all their own, so the ones they give up, if they have any, will be taken over by monsters. If they land on your town, they don't get it, they summon a monster to it. So the town then becomes owned by no one, so they have a chance to get it after they turn back to normal.
Yeah,
So they don't get it per se, they just take everything away from everybody else as much as they can.
So basically, I'm not winning, so screw you guys, and yet.
Yeah, because when you think about it, it's a dumb idea. Like, sure, you could knock a bunch of people down and whatever, but they might have their on-hand cash, whatever. But you gave up literally everything. You have nothing left to your name. So it might knock all the ranks down, but you got knocked down 100% of the way. Everybody else probably got knocked down like 60-70%, but they're still going to be ahead of you.
I'm taking a risk here.
Yeah, you really are. Gotta risk it for the Trisket.
Fine.
Not an item trickster. Like, that'll help. Oh, that ain't good. Nope, we're okay.
Oh, thank God.
See, the problem is the highest skill that's worth buying is worth 200 points. So she's using Caltrops, not surprising, to basically give everybody blistered feet. And somehow she didn't go after you.
Fine. She took my town.
Yep. Hi. Thanks. No. Bye. Normally I do that, but it ain't worth it right now. Now you can try to use items on the Darkling, but it's only like a 2% chance it'll hit.
You can try.
Because if you've been paying attention to the Darkling stats, they're insanely high.
It's ridiculous. She is deliberately attacking me.
Please be on there. No, it ain't on there. That ain't gonna help.
It's helping.
Can I throw a pickaxe at her? Can I Minecraft my way back down into hell? Or, in this case, the bottom map.
Yep.
Now you have to hope she doesn't use the item lock next turn.
What would you like?
This is just the safe space. That's what I'm using this for.
You sure?
Yes.
You really don't remember this game that well. We've not played in a while. So, the Vanish item basically makes you invisible, so no enemies can fight you. The problem is the AI here also has an ability to conceal everybody's bag, and if she's got enough points left for it after using Caltrop, she might just do it. No, she didn't do it. And she also didn't roll very well. Not oofs nur.
See, usually she's a lot worse whenever she's a dark.
For honor.
So.
Plus, I have an idea. This is also a slight trick you can do to slightly trick out the AI, is just, like, waste your turn like this. Sure.
Whatever makes you happy.
I'm rich! And then do this. Sure, you'll take a penalty for giving up, like
Oh,
money,
no,
but
not-
it keeps you off the map. So, if she lands on my spot, she can't fight me this round. So, you risk maybe losing some, you know, pretty decent chunk of money, but it's a far cry from what will happen if the AI gets to you while they're a Darkling. So, really, take your pick. Because if there's one thing we've learned from playing this game a lot, it's pretty much every strategy to deal with the Darkling.
Yes. I feel like she's just trying to change over all the
Yeah, probably.
towns instead
Probably.
of anything else. Because usually she goes straight to attack us. Like,
Yeah, because usually it's kind of dumb, because what the AI will do if they beat you is they'll almost always throw one of your towns away. They can't take it, they'll just take it and throw it away. So they don't keep it. The thing is, each time that they summon a monster to a town, because they don't get in fight spaces on the normal spaces, they get experience. Oh, that ain't good.
oh shit.
And so after they get experience, once they turn back to normal after 2 weeks... Yep, there it is.
Oop, there it is.
So local assault summons monsters to the continent that you're standing on, to all the towns that have not been taken over. So welcome to New Game Plus. We haven't done anything because all our towns are gone. Literally, the only thing anybody has is Eye of the Castle, and that's it. And that can also be taken over if she gets enough points. I'm back. Hooray.
Thank God.
Hi.
Hi.
Oh man, if that actually hit, that'd be hilarious. It wouldn't, but it'd be great if it did.
I'm gonna try.
It does have a chance. It's like 20%. I don't know what. It always seems to be exactly 20%. I'm not sure why, but there is a chance.
Yep.
I think it's worth a try. We've gotten stuff to hit the Darkling a few times, but it's pretty few and far between. I mean, the Darkling's on the field, so...
YOLO!
That is another spot that is safe from the Darkling. So as you can see, there's a bunch of bad stuff on there and one good thing, which I don't think that's actually honestly that great. I think you can get that on Continent too. But it's still better than being blown up and dying. Maybe.
Woo. I mean, it's better than what I had, so... Not bad.
Yes, only 5. Yep, there goes all
And
that.
there it is.
Yep.
Wow.
Yeah,
oh
no,
yeah, I'm
yeah,
invisible.
Yeah,
huh?
that doesn't work on you.
Alright, so if you will take a very close look at our graph in just a moment. Yeah.
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 Care to note who's still in last place, by the way? Yeah.
Yeah.
Sure, you might get some levels out of it, but you still have to go and retake all the stuff anyway, and by that point, everybody else has probably gone to a better continent than you.
Yep.
Since it's Sunday, I can't move there, so I'll try to hide here.
Or give up to the halfling.
I don't know, I kind of want to try staying alive, just because the experience might actually be good here. So, I'm going to do what we call a zero-sum victory, because I'm going to be in trouble no matter what happens here. So if I stay alive, the Darkling can kill me, and if I die, then I'm dead, and I'm back at the castle, which puts me closer to her, and I'll be safe for a couple rounds, but the second I come back to life, yeah. Also, that guard standing there is just blocking you from continuing, because that's not the right way to go for the next chapter. Because there was a guard standing where I am, but now he's gone.
And you can't, when you're invisible, you can't fight these guys.
No. You'll just stand on that space and nothing will happen. The roulettes in the bank spaces, all that will still act like it does normally. Alright, 5's alright. Anything that's like lower than 30 I'm honestly okay with.
Again, normally it's much worse, even as bad as this was.
There it is.
And here he is.
Where your curly mustache at? Oop, now I'm dead. This Darkling's not stupid enough to strike.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's just a regular attack.
And it was totally fair. And because there's no more towns, she's just gonna throw away my weapon.
Yeah.
Ha! Fuck you! No way!
Because if you give it money, then it will revive you earlier. However...
However, I'm not an
Oh, God.
idiot.
It's closed. No?
No, it's not.
I can use
It was
my-
closed on.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Hey, 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 hey.
1
Hi.
damage! It
Darn.
didn't even hit the boss.
I'm gonna die.
Nah, you got at least 1 safe space. I can see it in the top right.
Okay. Ooh. Here. Got it. Here we go. Thank God for Fuse.
How could you refuse it?
Ah!
On the 10th day of Darklingdom, the Darkling gave to me. Hiding in my coffin. One or a 4. That might also work. Yep, that also works.
Oh, why hello there.
Hi.
What would you like?
Like for you to put a shirt on, woman! It's like the My Valentine of
What would you
Dokapon
like?
Kingdom. Being dead is better than living with the Darkling nearby.
Thanks, mon chéri.
Yep.
You can also buy multiple things
Come
from this,
back
which
and
is
eat.
great.
Yeah, it's true, you're not stuck just buying one item like you would in Mario Party. Alright, is she gonna block your bag?
Probably.
Nope, Baker Strike. Which is a nice way of saying that no one can go in the loot or bank spaces.
Oh no.
And she can't do anything else because she can't hit you and she can't hit me right now.
Yep. Bye!
And that's really weird though, why didn't she do that? I would have done that.
See, that makes sense. Okay.
The
At
one
least
time
I'm invisible!
the one time rolling a 0 would have actually worked in your favor. 2 days left. Which sucks for me, because that means I'm going to be up and alive on the last day, so I am SOL at this point. Get back to life, yay!
Oh, Dokapon. Freddy Cat. Put Freddy Cat on her. Do it.
Try. Nope,
Darn.
no dice. Alright, I'm dead. With a roll like that, I'm definitely dead.
Wheel?
Not staying in that circle, because that's just better odds, but, I mean, you know, it probably won't make a difference. See, I don't know if escape will count for me being off the map, so I don't want to do it. Even though I could probably punch him and kill him at this point. Which,
Probably look at him sternly and kill him.
I already am!
Even more sternly? Question mark?
Yep, alright, I'm hiding. Oh no, not my money. I mean, you're good wherever you want to move now.
I'm
This
leaving
last
the
turn.
continent.
100 points, 100 points.
No! Okay.
I mean, she would have taken my castles, what would have happened, so...
I don't care. I mean, like, it's not like I have anything left to take.
Pretty much all you have left is just your equipment that's on you right now, and your cash that you have on you right now.
And my dignity. I don't even have that.
While hiding in the shadows with the vanished item.
I mean, you know.
Now the best part is, if she gets killed right here, because she's on a town, so she has to fight this immediately, please let her die.
Please.
Because all that experience that she got... Oh, she might have given up. No, okay.
This is too good.
All that
This is too
experience she gets, she doesn't get it until she wins a fight. So she's still level 5 right
Steal
now.
from me. I'm invisible.
Because the plot demanded it. Also, I want my town back. I know I have no weapon, I don't care. I want my town back.
Fight me. I challenge thee to a round of fisticuffs.
So, I thought work was gonna end pretty uneventfully until these
Sure you can.
drama queens. They came up and they started chewing out one of our coworkers. With all these people in the foyer, all these people in line and stuff. And so Sheridan, the one that went to LCU,
Yeah.
she comes up because our manager is currently not in store. But
Yeah.
she's a supervisor, so she's the closest thing we have to a manager at the moment.
That would have been nice to have earlier.
Oh, hey.
That reveals the cards at the start of the fight, so you actually know which one you're picking.
And so,
Please give up, please give up, please give up, please give up. Yes! Haha!
was just like,
God. Alright. Yep, that'll get me places. Namely right here. Oh good, because I needed 2 of those. Now I can act out that scene from that new Tomb Raider game.
yep.
Even though those were ice picks and not mining picks.
But, yeah. And so, man, Sheridan comes up. They're like, yeah. It's just like, you got my order wrong. Ma'am, your order is as you say it is. It is. She took it perfectly and stuff. And I mean, the woman ended up storming off, and it's just like, God bless you, and you have a great day. And the people watching were just like, they were like, kind of just like laughing at the people that had tried to make a fuss and stuff, and like
Hey there.
one of the guys waiting for his food was just like, as soon as they had gone around the corner, just like,
Oh yeah.
Come back.
it's just like we just ended up talking about it.
Just as they turn to leave, just...
last hour, I was like, just like y'all have a blessed day, and I will pray for you and the huge stick you have up your ass.
Pray for you to make it to the place that you're supposed to go to. Because
Well,
let's face it, they don't have any friends
I'm over
here.
there. Hey, let me off a couple minutes early. I can give them a piece of my mind.
Give me a wood steak, I can make it happen. Also, see you later over ice, and I did not realize you were in the chat, hun. Hi.
Okay, so is this like a...
This is a terrible idea.
Yeah, that's a pretty bad idea.
Okay, explain this game to me. Because
Hey, that's not white, it's purple.
it looks like a strategy...
I've made that joke like 6 times, and you just now got it. Imagine if Mario Party was an RPG, is basically what this is.
White.
Yeah.
Also a lot of finger guns.
Somebody had me do that to like make sure that I was oriented as a patient. Normally it's just like raise your right hand, but they had me do the guns from Texas Tech. The thing is, we got to be conscious for that one, so the first time they said raise your right hand, I was like, now put your left hand here. Take off your hat.
So explain...
It's like, man, I wish people actually got that joke.
So explain kind of the purpose of this game, or what's going on.
Purpose is to make the most money, so we just opened up this continent because, let's see if I can pull up the big map. So like, it just looks like the Earth does. And so each time that you beat a chapter boss, which is done by killing...
The red guy is in the top left
Yeah,
corner.
that guy. You have to kill this guy a certain amount of times. He'll pop up on other towns once you beat him once. And then you have to do an objective, and once that's done, the king will give you the castle on that continent. So I got this one, and then the second one's just right here. And so each time you do that, it unlocks more continents. But the overall goal is to make it to the underworld and beat Overlord Rico, which the spawn's not here because it generates randomly after beating the final area, which is Australia, and going into here and getting to the top floor to get that castle. I gotta get my weapon back. I know I could go to the other town to do it, but I'm gonna do it now.
Hey there! Which one do you want? Hey, thanks a lot.
Oh,
Throw
I
my
started playing
spear
Breath
away.
of the Wild.
Yeah. I need to go replay it.
My favorite race so far is the Rito.
Hopefully you went for the Rito dungeon before, like, the Goron one.
I was gonna try the Goron one, but then it was just like, wait, I'm on fire.
Yeah, no, that was pretty normal. You have to get up to, like, about, I don't know, 10 hearts, and then just get a bunch of potions and just run through until you can actually get to the town and buy the
The
armor.
thing is, you get, apparently...
There's fire resist potions, but they last all of, like, 3 minutes, which is not enough time.
There's like a lady that gives you one that's like 6 minutes.
You're still gonna need more, though. I recommend, like, at least 3 potions for 3 and then that one for 6.
And you can just run there and buy the flame resist armor.
Yeah, you need to, but it takes a while to get there because it goes through cutscenes that you can't skip, and the timers still count down in that cutscene, which kind of sucks. But what are you gonna do?
I just got snow cool armor, so I'm happy.
I completely forgot to pick that one up until like way later when I was going for all the outfits. Counter again, do it. Alright, fine, don't do it. You're still dead.
But,
That's probably an accurate statement. I'd imagine that the percentage of the co-op story mode in this game from started to co-op to ended is actually somewhere around 0.00001. Likely very true.
but yeah, I'm currently chilling at Lake Helia, because I didn't know about that location. I thought the bottom of the map was the Great Plateau.
Not everyone's rolling sixes. What's going on here? Where was that earlier when I rolled 4 ones in a row?
Hey there! Which one do you want?
It was important.
But I've just
Yeah,
started
that's the
cheesing
word.
like Inoxes to
Hey!
get
Thanks a lot.
and stuff.
Sure. What were you doing there? It was like flipping out. Were you just like holding down and left or right?
Yeah, and I have the best shield anyways, so.
Yep, don't need to get it. Which is good, because you have no money now.
Yay! I'm broke.
But
I'm a back.
I'm a broke.
I was really hoping she'd go in that fight space. I could have summoned a conjure spell and just thrown another monster at her. Oh well. In the meantime, guess who has a Maddox, sucker?
Sounds like a damn shame.
But oh yeah, and I found the second dragon,
No, I didn't even go that way.
the lightning dragon dude.
Oh yeah.
Like the first one. By the way, I discovered the ice dragon on accident, and it was really early in the game. And I was like, oh cool. And I just kind of figured out, oh hey, I
Danube.
had 3 arrows to my name at that point in time, and I was using a fire sword that I had picked up from nowhere just as my only source of heat, and it was working. I just equipped it and
Get out of
didn't
here.
use it.
Get out of here.
No.
See, he puts it into into stats that he actually uses. I have to keep everything even, because I have problems.
If it's any stat that ends in 9 or 90, if it's HP, it has to be topped off to the 10 or 100 multiple. Please tell me she gave up. Yeah!
Yes!
But what I'm talking about is let's see. Yeah, oh, so you're.
Oh, she could clear the town. I could just throw another boss on there. Oh, that'd be evil. I'm totally doing it.
Hilarious.
For glory.
And
Because I can. Ha! Fuck you! Nice try, sucker.
Get wrecked. GG no re.
Man, it's always so satisfying when you can actually get counter to work. Oh, we never explained too, the, whatever you're gonna call them, the churches, because there's not one on the main continent. If you go there, as long as you touch that spot, if you die, you will respawn there.
It's sort of like the castle, except the king's not there.
Yeah. You can get status effects purified, but not your HP.
Also, I've already done the red chest this game type.
Actually worked too, which was really
It did.
surprising. It was more to get away from the Darkling, but you know, it's still nice.
Ow. I was so tempted to do strike. I should have done it.
Yeah, we saw how well that worked for me. It worked once, then failed twice in a row, and then I just stopped doing it, and they kept countering anyway. Which worked out in the long run, because that meant they didn't defend, but...
I mean, yeah.
Liberation!
Enjoy those fireworks, because we're not going to be seeing that many in about a month from now.
I'm sorry you got caught up in my justicing.
It's gonna be one of those things where,
I mean, that actually kind of works, sure.
oh no, I get another town.
Or poke.
Rip.
Also, if you're looking for bosses to fight when you just hopped onto the continent, he's the easiest one in the game, so go for him.
Yep.
Guard gloves. which is actually a piece of equipment that you can usually only find those from monster drops, but it just adds to my defense, so I guess that's cool. There are better ones.
Come here. Get pooped on.
Is that him vomiting on you and giving you diarrhea? Then you really wouldn't want to get pooped on.
diarrhea, so I pooped on him.
Ew.
God. It's terrible.
It's a good thing I'm me and can continue eating while you're saying that. Also, guess who's back to running away like a coward?
Thank you. Come back soon.
Cobra
Meow.
strike.
Meow.
Cobra counter.
Meow.
Meow.
Yo.
Yeah,
And
she.
look who's still in last place, to the shock and awe of absolutely nobody.
Yep. She hadn't even leveled up. She's not won a single fight since she went back to normal.
She's given up twice for the same thing.
She could just go fight a level 1 enemy and get the same result. She'd get 6 levels out of it because she killed me at either 10 or 11, so that's 5 to 6 levels right there.
So she can transform?
If you're in last place long enough, you can change in the Darkling, which basically turns you into, like, a demon god that can destroy everything. The problem is you give up all your towns, all your money, all your items, everything you own to do it. So the idea is you go down to the bottom of the barrel to try to knock everybody else down to the bottom of the barrel.
So
Yeah.
it almost never works.
Yeah, this will let you see what happens with each of your things. So the skulls that are pointed towards him, if I attack and he does anything, then he's dead. If I use pickpocket, it'll do mild damage if he guards or magic guards. Pretty bad damage if he counters. And then if I strike and he counters, he'll do moderate damage to me, but it will not kill me. But of course I'm just gonna take him.
When you've got an attack that high.
You don't really need to worry about it. Level 5 Thief. Which means I need one more level to master the job, and then I can probably switch... I don't know what I'm going to switch to next.
Should be a scribe. I learned that was very handy.
Yeah, there's no scribe class, though. It's either going to be magician or warrior. And I'll probably go with... Probably with magician, honestly.
See, you say that was very handy, Tylen, but I seem to remember that in our D&D session, I did a lot more work. Mindy and I did a lot more work than y'all did. Byron did a fair amount of work. Wasn't bad.
Alright, let's give it a shot.
Not throwing away my shot.
I found one.
Oh, hello.
Alright, my alerts are on. Oh no! Whoever that was for a split second, thank you for the follow. I was not able to see it because of the void. Actually, it was because the Twitch alerts weren't put at the top. But either way, thank you for the follow. I'm going to assume it was probably Darkwing Duck SDA. Almost read that as Ada, but we're doing assignment Ada tomorrow, so it all makes sense.
Makes perfect sense.
Well, that ain't good. Oh, Nico6590, thank you for the follow.
Nico.
Thank you for hiding in the shadows and supporting our Dokapon skills. I use that term loosely. Because my skill is to run away. Oh, I didn't realize you went back down there.
Yeah, I cleared 2 towns. It's an assassin!
That actually might not be good at this level, because this is the guy that has the Willbind skill. So he can block your give up, which thankfully he didn't do, and your counter, and then can just strike you over and over, and there's nothing you can do about it. And his speed's also not terrible, but since he countered, he's dead.
Rip a assassin.
Also, bit of advice, if you're going to be somebody that's stealthy, don't wear hot pink.
It's just in. Hot pink is not stealthy.
Unless you're hiding in the world of Hello Kitty.
Barbie?
Maybe, I don't know. There's billions of Barbie games, just go watch Luca Jen play them. Unsurprisingly, they're all bad. The Barbie games, not the streams.
I had 2 Barbie games that I recall. One of them was a Game Boy Advance Barbie spy game, and it was not the best. And another one was one of the ones that you plugged into your TV, which, you know, a lot of kids these days don't know what that is anymore, which is weird. and it was like a Barbie vet something or
Oh,
other.
yeah.
It was
Mom.
weird.
Oh, that's not good. I was really hoping I was going to get a level out of that, because I have 18 health right now.
Rip.
That ain't good. Oh, but if you sent her to like a high-level town, she just got absolutely obliterated.
She's got Town Warp next.
Yeah, but she is forced into the fight
She
before she
has
can
to
do
fight.
anything. Well, assuming that there's an enemy there. I have no idea if there was or not.
I don't think. I think it was one of the ones I cleared.
Nuts.
Yeah, you cleared it last.
I mean, I could just use Conjure and put an enemy there if I wanted to.
You should definitely do that. I'm gonna come visit the church.
Problem is that's a low-level one. I want her to go after a high-level one.
Alright, so here is the temple. Welcome to the Lily Temple.
Hey,
What can I do
doggo.
for you today? We can heal status ailments such as diarrhea and foot sores. You can give gifts to the king, or you can exit. It will
Silence. A
not
gift.
restore you to full health.
Also, according to that, there's actually 3 things it doesn't get rid of. That was my mistake. It doesn't get rid of Z-Plague. It doesn't get rid of...
Nitroglycerin.
no, not... Well, yeah, that's just an item, though. It doesn't get rid of the Death Call. It also doesn't get rid of the pranks, either. Apparently that's only a Dokapon Castle thing.
Huh. Weird.
That's usually not as big a deal as the other 2, but point still stands.
You need to
Yeah,
go
I'm
to
gonna
the-
be
you need to
smart.
Go to the box.
Yeah, no, that ain't happening. Not at 18 health.
Oh no, not my fuse.
I don't think I have anything. No. Nothing to send to the king.
Nothing seems to be wrong with you. Ha!
Silence.
That's what you think.
Yeah, really. I'm just like bleeding violently from the head. Yeah, you look alright. So you can go do it. Have fun.
Give me my town back.
Huh.
Ah, it's my Geiken.
Also, we should point out, there are some items that you can give to the king that he does not like. If you want to gift those, you take them to a church, and then it will ask, whose name are you sending this in, and you can send it in somebody else's name. If you're taking it straight to the
Definitely
king...
not me, that's for damn sure.
Yeah. I'm the man. Man.
I mean, technically, you're not considering that's my character, but like, whatever.
To be the man, you gotta beat the man.
Oh, yesterday I had a kid that was like, hey, this is really important. And this kid has been like talking nonstop and getting on my nerves the whole time I'm giving his group the tour.
Oh wow.
And
10 levels.
he's like, hey, I have a really important question. I'm like, yes, because I'm fully expecting him to go to to say I need to have to go to the bathroom or something. And he just goes, so are you a boy or a girl? And I'm like, can we not have this conversation in front of everyone? Like,
It's better give me a level. Please give me a level. I took a big risk doing this, so please acknowledge that I took a risk. A level would be awesome. Thank you.
there you go.
That was nearly really bad.
Ugh.
Now with that crisis averted, on with the game. That's pretty much this game. Who can avoid crises the most?
Who can die the least?
There actually is a bonus star, quote unquote, for the person that dies the most.
No.
Yeah, no, that's not a good idea. Get an item.
Okay, if you say so.
Okie dokie.
And again, like, to
At
a
least you
certain
got a good item.
extent. And again, to a certain, well, I think it's one that I need too. And again, to a certain extent, like, once the next continent is open, it doesn't really make sense to go back and reclaim all these towns, because the other ones are worth more. However, this means she doesn't get them.
Yeah. And the thing is, even if, like, you did manage to get all the continents, it's entirely possible the red boss could just summon a monster on it. So clearing out the entire map is pretty much impossible. The only way you can do it permanently is by, you know, ending the game.
You know.
So even that's not really an option. Alright, depending on what this guy is. Fungalore.
Do it.
Mm,
Do it.
no.
Do it.
No. No. I can roll a 1 next turn, sure.
Snazzin'.
It's in my username. Well, one of them anyway. That's what I was expecting him to do earlier.
Alright, so this one sucks. We already explained it. But it sucks.
It's you! You! Oh, right, I was gonna make a Skyward Sword joke earlier whenever that guy did the magic guards, but now I can't do it. Oh well, I'll have to wait for another one to pop up on screen. Even though, like Skyward Sword, it has one very glaring flaw in it. 2, technically.
Excuse.
Oh, yeah,
hey.
that's right.
It's 4 spaces away.
I thought you meant to, like, fight the AI. I'm like, wait, what?
Isn't it great that I have this? No. Oh my god. Stop.
You know, you could just...
I know.
Yeah.
I'm aware.
Oh, right, it almost died because she tried to kill it twice, then gave up twice.
Oh no.
32.
You give this stern look and it falls
It was
over.
close. There we go. Now I can say it. He tried to do a Skyward Strike. The problem is the motion controls screwed up like they always do. It's sad because it's true. Don't worry, I could totally hit that Goddess Cube. Nope.
Here, let me poke the sky for a little bit while I try and get the perfect position.
Yeah. Which is usually something like this.
Yeah.
For anybody wondering, I was holding the Wii remote at a 90-degree angle from what it should be. Also, you already know all that, so...
I'm not sure why it... I'm pressing things and it's not going away.
You did it. Oh, I see what happened. Somehow it got changed to this being one of the players, so I need to change the...
What?
Something more to do that. Controls. Coming up. Wait. Oh, well, I'll do it next turn. She's supposed to be a normal CPU, but I doubt this is going to change her strategy.
Nope.
She got a trophy! We'll call it the Equal to Poop Award.
Pretty much.
Alright, I can change it back to what it was supposed to be. There we go. Yeah, this will also tell you the objective and then the royal request, any extra stuff. So somebody wants to attack my town for the duck. By all means, have a blast.
Oh yeah. Because I totally remember we were supposed to be doing that.
Yep. It was important. Okay, it makes me feel slightly better knowing I didn't just do what I did last time where I had a 1 crystal and then didn't use it. I had a feeling. Look at that dance!
Heck yeah.
Whoa.
Ow, that was rather mean. Too bad you died.
Punch him in the kneecaps. His kneecaps are visible, you must punch them.
That's true.
He's not wrong.
Maybe he was in a previous life.
I mean, you're right. I don't know his previous life.
I don't know who he is, man. Oh, that's true. We could play this with the Classic controller or the GameCube controller, but this is probably the one game I would not recommend using the GameCube controller for, because for whatever reason, the controls while playing on GameCube are incredibly stiff, which does not sound like a typical GameCube controller.
Paralyzed.
Yeah, it's because I'm on the snow.
On the snow. I found out that the warm gloves are actually what blocks the paralysis on the snow. It's an equipment piece. It does that and gives you 1 defense, so most people don't keep them on because, aside from that, they're not very good.
So it's essentially useless.
Yep. There's also the galoshes that they don't say it, I don't think, but they prevent you from getting poisoned by the swamp spaces. That also have 1 defense.
Oh hey, I think you're getting a trophy.
Oh, sweet!
So why is she rolling really well and I'm rolling really badly? It's because the AI is a damn cheater.
Oh yeah, definitely. It's a close race, minus that one down there.
Yeah.
Remember her? She was the one that became a Darkling.
So I bet you're all wondering how we wound up in this situation.
No, not really. Bad news, it's a drought. Which means the town has spent all their savings to keep themselves from starving, so no tax money for you.
I mean, good on them. You know, they're not dead.
I do like how it gave that right after the AI just got a bunch of towns, not just lost all the tax money from them. Come on, Soul Mop. Even though I don't care about that. Just apply it directly to your face. It's like head-on, basically.
Apply directly to your forehead.
Kobold, apply directly to forehead. Hammer to the head, apply directly to forehead.
Kobolds in this are so cute.
biggest, blackest deck playing directly this one.
If that's what you're into.
It's a trap!
Thanks, Akbar. Meanwhile, I thought she was gonna die, and I was very happy with that.
No level up this time.
If she
though.
stays at 37, I'm very willing to relieve her of those remaining HP.
Well, congratulations on that town.
Be a damn shame if something were to happen to
Oh,
it.
it's gotta be on an empty space like an actual battle.
Ah,
Boo! That's considerably less good.
boo, that's rubbish!
Rubbish.
Yep, I did roll too high. Alright. That's 2, 3.
Red bolts.
Yeah, totally did. Alright, let's try this. 1, 2, 3, 4. Nope, can't do it there. I don't think there's any spot I can set myself up to roll it. Use the crystal. 1, 2, 3, 4. Yep, nope, can't do it. Man, that bites. Just got my attack lowered, so that's not good.
Jam out of that corner over there.
Fight space it is. Normal fight space.
It's Manchi. Hello.
Guys, you hear that? I'm so cool.
Yeah, sure.
That's why I have to keep reminding myself. I'm just that cool.
Paralysis is gone.
My mom's asking me what's going on.
And
And
I
I
say...
Derek, I love you.
That was just too easy.
Oh man, that was...
One of my favorite streamers actually made a remix of that song that's combined with Rainbow Road, and it's glorious. As if that song needed any more rainbow to it. Also, good job catching that fish like an old fisherman would. Smack it with a hammer.
Yep, that's the best way to fish.
Dude, if somebody legit could fish like that and fish well, I'd be like, alright, I'm impressed.
Dude, they deserve all the damn fish.
They're the world's best fisherman / golfer.
That is the best mental image. Golfing fish with a hammer. Jesus.
Don't even have to be blowfish.
Alright, let's see. Oh, still can't do it. Man. I suppose my attack
It's your
went back up, did
destiny.
it? Nope.
It's your destiny.
Alright, fine. We'll do this in the meantime.
Welcome, meow.
Hello,
Meow.
Meow.
Welcome,
What do
yeah.
you want to say?
Y'all.
Well, now you save the matic, because the second I throw it away, you know what's gonna happen.
What do you want to say?
Since this is a lot worse than I thought it was.
Which one do you prefer?
Prefer.
Thank you.
I don't think there's anything I really wanted here.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you.
It's my pleasure. What?
You realize I do that like every time that I drive past somebody that says that. Even if it's not a Chick-fil-A, still do it.
I wanna fight you!
Does she have the darkling over her head, or is she just like down there?
She's just dumb.
Okay, I'll fix that shortly.
Oh no!
You're gonna have to kill them because they're not the watermelon pants.
Yep. Imposter.
Rare. That dance isn't quite as good as the Red Bones dance. That was pretty good. Him just going like, yeah! He's a one-man mosh.
Jamming out.
That's how he died. He died in a mosh pit.
Worth it.
Oh yeah. He should have realized when they broke out the razors.
Yeah.
Oh well.
Ni hao.
Yeah.
No.
Dun 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 dun. Bye. You're over here now. Have fun. There we go.
About
Hey there.
time.
Only took a
What do you
week.
want? Hey, thanks a lot.
Alright, now that I can actually kill stuff again. Or kill bosses, rather.
Finally! I get you back. It's taken long enough. God.
Bonk.
Nice try.
You mean nice try.
Alright.
Alright, now that that's been fixed again. Probably to the item. Or the, yeah, there.
Weapons drawer.
Hey there!
Oh, I was supposed to say, does she not have the best weapon by this point?
What do you want to sell?
She might not if she's selling a bunch
What
of
do you
stuff
want
pretty
to
good.
sell? Which one do you want?
Yeah, she totally didn't.
Oh.
Hey, thanks a lot. See you later.
I mean, that might explain a lot, but...
Explains so much, yet so little.
Watch
Alright,
her die.
fine, I get the picture.
Watch her die.
I am Groot.
Oh, thanks for holding up that target. It makes it easier to see where I should hit you.
Nice.
Rest in peace, Gnome. Should have shopped at Walmart.
Alright, so now I can get...
2 spaces.
Yeah, I was gonna finish that sentence with get out of here, but, you know...
I mean,
that's
you got out of the
terrible. You're
ice, so
right.
that's something, I guess. Now you get to fight another one. And the best part is you don't even get a town for it.
Oh, no.
See, this is the only problem with fighting low-level stuff is because they're still doing decent damage, you actually are kind of low on health. So you need to level up sometime soon.
And how am I gonna
Oh, that
level
works.
up when I'm fighting all these low-level monsters, you know?
Speaking of
If I
low-level
roll-
monsters,
if
now
I
you can go
can
attack
make
the
it.
AI.
If I can make it, I will. I fully intend.
Alright, now I gotta check because I wasn't paying attention earlier. Okay, no, I'm still level 5. Problem is most of the stuff's already been kind of freed, so... Let's go here and hope for a 1 or a 3.
Get wrecked.
Apparently everything on Continent 2 likes wearing pink. The orcs are like a pinkish red color, the assassins wear pink, he wore pink. There we go, there's the thief job. Close.
I'm so disappointed.
But no cigarette. No ziggurat. Need a slew. Nope, you get a Finger 11 song. Congratulations.
Not again!
$1 billion.
Why can't I find her on this space?
She probably wouldn't have moved there, to be fair, if you could have. I don't have any go with your movement. And it's not gonna help me get where I want, though. Alright.
Gonna drag her ass to church, get purified. She needs Jesus.
Now I'm probably better off going back for Cleric.
Well, yeah, because if you got the thief job, then...
See, the thing about switching jobs is you also lose your skill. It comes back up in a roulette along with new skills you can learn as the new class later. But I'll go back to having charge rather than escape. But at the same time, I want the new job, so... I may not go for Cleric specifically, but I want a new job.
Okay.
I think I'm gonna do Magician. Yeah, see, I got 3 points there. I think I'm gonna do Magician just because no matter what path I take, I need to do that either way.
Okay, I can. This is taking forever.
Are you just trying to, like, fight her now that she's got the Darkling above her head?
I mean, I want to fight her in general, but... I
Oh, well.
issued the challenge to you, game. I've thrown down the gauntlet. Please fight me.
I have used my dueling glove on you, and I will be dueling you for that 1 coin.
Indeed.
Well,
Okay.
what? Come back.
Purify thyself.
As she has a demon bat above her head. Hooray. Also, yes, you get more salary income at the end of the week for the more jobs you do, and there's also bonuses for each class. I think the thief is like land on like 2 item spaces in the week, and you get a bonus for it, I think. Honestly, those bonuses are not worth going for. You just kind of either do or don't get them.
How?
Bye. Ooh. Noticing a pattern. Got Mitch Digger. Oh, well, that's not terrible. So we've got Leanne, who wants you to deliver an item, and she will pick any town that is available to you, so she picked that one. And you got the con combo.
Which is probably on the other thing that I don't want to go to.
It's on the con you just left, yeah.
Yeah, no.
And a Snassin. Will bind. Aw.
One.
Nope. No dice. We use spinners around here, so no dice. That's why Duke Devlin's not a playable character in this game. Could you imagine if they'd made like a ripoff in a later season of Yu-Gi-Oh! That was like, instead of, you have like dungeon dice monsters that uses dice, that they did one that uses spinners for Yu-Gi-Oh! Instead?
That would be crazy.
With how complex and dumb that Yu-Gi-Oh! Can get nowadays, that would basically be like playing life. Do it! Kill her! And take her 4 crystal, sure.
I'm so excited!
I hope she was trying to go for the store, because if she'd used that 4 crystal, she would have made it next turn. And now she's dead. That is not going to be enough to save her.
See, now I'm debating about whether or not I want to do just...
Attack will kill her no matter what she picks,
Wow.
so... That's probably why she gave up.
Alright, so...
Master Thief from that.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, you still get job
So,
levels from giving up, so now
I
you have...
can rob, give them something bad, which is great, later with Nitro Wrestling, or I can prank them, because I am an adult.
Okay, wait, before you do that. There we go. Now it can be a surprise, so you can type in whatever here, because now you'll see it. At least try to keep it, like, remotely clean, like PG-13.
I mean, that was PG-13.
I know, but I'm just saying, since-
particularly mature.
I know,
but-
I'm saying that because you backed up.
No, because that was because this one was...
Oh, yeah, that's fitting. I would agree.
That's... Yeah, I think it's...
Alright, leave it on that screen right there. And the AI's name, Scarlet's name, has been changed to Thickneck.
Because
Fitting.
I'm an adult.
And she's also red, so it makes sense.
Exactly.
6 spaces away. Haha!
Oh,
Because let's face it, without that crystal, that's taken at least 4 turns to get there.
yeah. Because again, you have to land on it,
Yeah.
which is probably the most infuriating thing about this game.
Gaiken, job the focuses on magical attacks.
Aw, yes.
And my hands are totally
Look at
clipping
that.
through that shirt. Awesome. Do you want the original hairstyle? Heck no! No, I don't want another new job. I know I just changed, so I think I'm good. She's off the map, technically, since she gave up.
I'm so tempted.
You can go for it, if you want.
I've already attempted fate enough for the time being.
She's still going for Darkling. That's really surprising, because most of the talents here have already been collected by the two of us.
I'm so proud of her.
She's still gonna die, but,
I mean, yes.
Alright. Also, I can actually just show off the data here as well for what the Magician has for their abilities in some one of these. Let's see, wait, it'll just let me go there. There we go. So yeah, these are the field and battle skills. So right now I have charge, but you can get other stuff for that, which we'll see when I get to levels 2 and 4. And then you can use field magic twice in a single turn. And, oh yeah, here's the other ones they can get. Meditate, which doubles your magic, and Restrict, which seals a random battle command. That has actually worked quite well on the one time Brandon tried to attack me as a Darkling, because I used it and it restricted counter.
Got him.
To the Cursed Town! Now I can finally wait to make that duck and give it back to the king.
Where your curly mustache at?
She's so Pringles. Thick neck, got a foot sore. Oh, there goes something. Oh no!
Oh no!
They're totally gonna drop a rock right they're gonna do it next turn, you watch. Well, once my turn actually comes back around, so she's last in the rotation. Ha! Bye!
I mean, it means that I lost, that I wasted the blistered feet, but...
Well, that would have been on a space, since I dodged it. Whatever he tried to do didn't work, thankfully. Progress!
Speaking of rolling ones, I actually need a 1 next turn and will not be rolling it.
No, not even close. Well, also, Nico, welcome back after your internet crashed.
Rip.
If it makes you feel any better, a couple days ago our power went out completely for like 45 minutes. I didn't know what to do with myself.
It happens.
Actually, I know exactly what to do. I just, you know,
Can't
got on
say
my
in a
phone.
polite company. I mean, what? So that's 4 spaces away, right?
Yes, 4, 1, and I believe also 6 would work.
1, 2, 3, 4. Yes. So now we've established I can count to 4. I'm going to skip the 20 turns it's going to take to get me...
You were saying?
It's going to get me to actually land on here and just go ahead and... You seem to be doing fine. Oh, thanks. But, you know...
Also, for reference's sake, the little 8 6s, 6 10s, those dictate how many items and spells you can hold. So if you pick a class like Magician, you're going to have more items to hold for your magic, but maybe not as much for your actual items that you use, like spinners. Take care. Oh right, she went over there. Awesome.
I'm still laughing at her name. Because again, I am a child.
It's a battle in the Geikens! Which Magaiken will Gaiken the best? And the Geikening has begun!
Get the guy gun.
And like any true wizard knows, just beat it over the head with a hammer. I mean, it works better.
I mean, true story. And I felt like you more hit it across the head with a hammer, but you know.
Yeah, I'm not gonna make that joke, 'cause that might actually genuinely upset people, even though it's not offensive.
Okay, well now I gotta know.
No.
Tell me later.
Yeah, I'll tell you later. Even though you'll probably find it offensive as well.
It's...
Overstrike would be nice. She's still out. I mean, I kind of wanted to get my level ups anyway, so that actually works. And kill. That's not what I did, game. I very clearly hit right, which was attack.
Take this.
I'll take your money. I'm a genius. Also, you know what? I'm gonna do it. Oh, no, it didn't matter. Not my field magic. What did I have again?
I don't know.
You can spin in a circle.
It's very important to spin a circle. Also, now I have even more things to throw at her when she's back up again.
Yeah, I think she's back up this turn too.
Yep.
Yep, she's alive for now.
Not for long. Oh, hey, we're all like right here. This is great.
Yep.
This is fun. This is a party.
Weekly ranking. I'm in the middle of a fight, but it's fine.
Where did you come from? Where did you go? Where did you come from? Can I Joe?
Is it a thick neck? Is it swole? Appreciate that. My paralysis is gone. That'd be nice if I wasn't stuck here anyway. Man.
Really hoping for that strike.
I mean, last time I picked counter it worked, so... Alright, fine. Get out of here. Thank you for hitting the right input that time, game. Appreciate that. Also, I'll be taking that field magic back now.
So, Derek, in your opinion, if the moment you sit down, you fall asleep, does that make you an old man?
Yes. Or Caden. To be fair, he only does that in a car. But he doesn't do it while driving, and for that, I'll be forever grateful. 1 damage to both of us.
I'm so evil. Hello, this is my town. Hello.
This is the first time you've stepped into one of your towns.
I know! That's so bad. Here, take some of my money. I feel guilty. I will stay the night. You're welcome for gracing you with my presence.
Oh no.
Magic for days. Yeah.
Oh, please don't be what I think it's gonna be. Oh no, we're okay.
Oh damn.
Death block.
Which means that when she dies, she doesn't. Unless someone were to steal that.
Oh, dang. I had a pretty good chance of that too. Oh, hey, this one's still down here.
Yep.
I don't have any, like, crystals or anything, do I? Nope. I ain't got squat.
Okay, diddly for your spot.
You know, in Dokapon.
That works so well.
Here, you should steal my hammer. I'll put it right there.
And right up your ass.
Stick it right in your forehead, that way you can take it home with you.
Yeah.
Oh, I could try to steal her death block with that. Might be the one time the item tricksters ever come in handy.
I know it doesn't do anything, but...
I mean, it lowers her defense, so if you roll a 4, you can at least remove it from play. Or try to.
Hello. Hi! Remember me?
Oh, she's totally gonna give up. Which, if she does, I think that means you can still take, like, 3 of her items, so you can just take the death block away from her. No, I think she's still gonna give up. She didn't give up? Wow. Well, then, death block's out of play.
Yep, there we go.
Round 2.
Alright.
Fight.
Ouch. Yellow.
Nah, not surprising.
Man!
It must have been the only reason she didn't give up the first round, because she had death block. That has to have been what it was. So play a prank, which she's already asked
I've
one.
already pranked. So, I don't think she... I'm not sure
You can also,
anything.
yeah, you can also prank and throw status
Can I
ailments on her.
Take her items?
No, you have to kill her for that.
Oh.
Or either that or she doesn't have any items if the option was redded out.
Oh.
Yeah, I don't think she has any items.
Yeah. Thanks. It's mine now.
Because if you make her give up, then you take 3 items or field magics, but if you kill them, you take them all. Assuming you pick that. I was really hoping for a 3 or a 1. Instead, I got the number in between those.
Go for a crystal.
That multi-crystal was looking nice. That's why I didn't get it. That could still work later on down the line, though, so I'll take it.
Yeah, sure. ADC.
Still the one down there.
Yeah, because there's not really anything I can get to up there.
Not really.
Come down here. McGuykin!
You haven't switched jobs yet, so if you wanted to try to get the show
did switch
ticket...
jobs.
Oh, that's right, you're warrior.
Bye.
The change from warrior to thief isn't as noticeable as magician or thief to magician for the male.
Well, because I have a cape now, but you have a cloak.
Yeah. I'd make a joke, but I'm probably gonna botch it because you have to say it really quickly, so I'm not gonna try for it.
What?
Oh, it's a Harry Potter joke.
Bit of a nasty shark when you found out?
No. Gesundheit, though. So I need a 3 or a 5. Perfect! I have a 4 crystal. I guess here, I don't bloody know. The duck is mine! I'm gonna eat it instead of giving it to the king because I kind of need health.
Do it. Oh, hello. I shall fight you. Slime.
And we all know what that looks like.
Poison, apparently.
No comment.
Diarrhea.
No, it was worse than that.
How is that even remotely defending? Like, it just looked at me.
Defend.
Okay, not gonna lie, if I was, like, mugging someone or something, and they looked at me like that, then yeah.
I'd be like, what are you doing? It looks like you have to go to the bathroom, you alright? You gotta scop it back. Thick Neck is back.
I'm still laughing.
Thick Neck is in trouble. That was the same enemy that killed her last time.
Please.
Thickest, neckiest.
Oh, he gave up.
What?
Loser.
Spirit gloves.
Lame.
Gl-
For your
Lies.
spirit fingers.
For my fingers. Yeah, I gotta eat that before I try making a move anywhere else. Oh, it just raised my magic. Cool. Up to 5.
That's
Man, we are going. I rolled the number I needed anyway, so whatever.
fine.
That's twice that's happened where I decided not to use something or forgot, and then it just didn't matter anyway. Lame. Alright, get out of here. Hopefully that's worth a level.
Beautiful.
I still want to know what that pose is. He goes like...
He's
like-
grabbing the booty.
He
Because
is-
it's bootyful.
Yeah, apparently.
You know that moment when you just grope the air?
I've saved thinning. You have to pronounce it like that.
Stephen.
It's politically incorrect to do that.
Stephen.
It's politically incorrect to do that.
Hello.
And bonk.
Ba-dunk-a-dunk.
For having such a thick neck, she sure can dodge pretty well. Well, pick your fight space, I guess.
I mean, I guess it's another assassin.
Don't worry, your speed's almost the same as his. Mirror image.
Sure you can.
He probably would have done more with a normal attack, but okay.
Yeah, it's fine. Okay. just like right in the middle of doing his shield
Yeah.
thing, and it's just like, nope, not today.
Not today.
Honestly, thank God that all these bodies disappear after fighting them, because
You have to
otherwise,
just step over them, trip on them.
like, they would just be everywhere. It
Yeah.
would be completely nonsensical.
It'd be really bad. Let's see. Actually, 4 away. Totally am. Sweet. I was thinking that was 5 for some reason. I don't know why. Fungalo, Fungalo. On the off chance. Oh, well, it didn't matter. Cool, virus. Glad I could have dodged that. That's what we call a lie. I wasn't actually gonna strike till he did that.
I mean,
I
at
probably-
that point, strike was pretty much your only option.
I mean, he only had like 160 health. If he hadn't have done that, I probably could have beat him with a normal attack. Or at least gotten pretty close. So I've saved Sterling and I've gotten money. So now we're gonna hand out bonus to everybody. Problem is, it's my money. They do that whenever you're really far ahead, so.
Yep.
Thanks for that, lads.
Diarrhea.
Nosferatu.
There's nothing more I can do with it.
Nope.
Shame. Sure, because I care about that.
Oh, she got close. Ish.
Getting closer.
I mean, she's stuck right now in that fight, so.
Oh hey, I forgot I owned balls.
They have level 2 balls.
I love my 2 balls.
Game tried to crash from how bad that joke was. Like,
It was bad.
game was not having it. Aww. Disappointed!
What a damn shame.
See, that one would just, like, hit both of you, so I'll stick with this. Enjoy!
Everyone gets diarrhea. Well, you don't have diarrhea.
Everyone's getting a party.
What does that do again?
It gives you a chance when you're in a fight to, instead of attack yourself. And it does pretty good damage, too. I'll go here. Feeling a bit rebellious today. So 2 people with diarrhea and 2 people with curse. What a
Walk
horrible
into a
night to
bar.
have a curse.
Walk into a bar. Wait, are you trying to tell me we're not already cursed?
You can go pretty much anywhere except where, you know, you actually wanted to go.
Yeah, you're right, that helps.
The halfling. Then you'll meet his friend, the holdling.
See, that's why I was waiting for a strike from him, because the one time you get in a fight with it, it actually decides to.
Get wrecked.
Yeah, for being in a forest, there's not that many trees compared to what you would expect, especially since there is a forest background in the game.
Please fight the boss. Man.
Well,
Oh, there goes her status effects.
Man!
come back.
Ain't a body, yo, sister.
My dad's not a phone. Duh! Meanwhile, unsurprisingly, the AI is still
To
in
the
last
shock
place,
of absolutely no one.
who gained no levels that turn, or that week.
Not a damn thing.
So I don't even know if my odds are going to increase based on where he is. But I'm going to do it anyway. That's a great roll. Too bad it won't work. Oh, never mind. Actually did. Woohoo!
Around, 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 around it goes.
Bye.
I'm so cool.
Yep, sure I am.
Pretty sure if you have to say it, it means you're not.
Yeah, just a little. But I'm a level 2 Makaiken and I get Meditate, which doubles magic, which would be great if my magic wasn't, you know, 8.
Yeah.
But now it's 16.
And I'm pretty sure all the points I haven't aside from the first one that you're required to have are been from getting level ups as magician.
Yep.
So now, there's a troubling letter in the mail. Let me read it to you. Dear Princess of Dorkapon, I'm Prince of the Underworld, Rico Jr. I've got your piggy bank. If you want it back, you're gonna have to beat me in battle. So prepare for battle, everyone. I'll be waiting for you in the field. That's helpful, thanks. Adventurers, please find my daughter's piggy bank and bring it back.
The field. DM.
My allowance is in there, please.
My allowance is in there.
Princess
Well, fuck
Penny.
you. You
Oh,
should have
wow.
been more careful with it.
Usually he goes on continent, too. He's actually, like, kind of far away.
It's because everyone's over here.
You're already there?
Woo!
It's almost like when you play a race in Pokemon, if you're not stopping to read the text for all the viewers, you can go faster. If only. If only you could fight in the church.
I would definitely fight her in the church.
And to be fair, I have gotten in multiple fights in a church before.
With God as my witness, I will fight you in the church. Quite literally.
Guy who starts the fight just gets electrocuted immediately. Oh, please be something bad. Ah! Ooh, buy some stuff. I'm gonna take it. I stole my item, trickster. Ah.
Alright, so Cure the Merchant is one of the good events that can happen because she is a little ray of sunshine and absolutely fantastic in every way.
And for once, we're not being sarcastic.
Yeah, exactly. However, yeah.
Wow, everything's already taken over. All right. Well, in that case, oh right, I just gotta level up. So. Let's do it! So this is basically Bowser Jr., except it's Rico Jr.
I'm going to do a bad lip reading. Meow, meow, meow.
Meow, 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 meow.
But yeah, so basically you gotta fight yourself.
Nice! I totally didn't realize there was a Cure the Merchant emote. That's actually pretty awesome.
What? That's sick.
Alright, let's fight Clonus. Alright, last time I fought Clonus, he was an idiot, so let's see if he does it again. No, actually. Last time he kept using Pickpocket, which did not make any sense at all.
Strike.
No, he has auto counter.
Oh.
Plus, that gave me a pretty good lead.
Heavy breathing. Okay.
$25 emote. Oh, dude, you're tempting me. That actually sounds really cool. A leopard bandana.
Oh god.
Vacuum.
Okay. It's one of the good things.
Use that carefully, because I remember right, that can actually screw up you more than it will hurt anybody else.
Probably, yes.
I think what it does is it actually, if I remember right, I think I'm thinking a mix-up, but it takes stats from a chosen player and adds them to your stats. Not a lot, mind you, but you
I'll
just
look at it
still
in a minute.
knock her down. A peg.
Egg or
There's the
four.
pickpocket I was...
There we go.
Oh no, I'm gonna take like, what, 45 damage? No, not even.
20.
Bye.
Bye, Felicia. Oh, wow. Definitely bye, Felicia.
Dumbass.
Good lord.
I'm so cool.
Face down in the dirt.
She said this
You got
doesn't
a
hurt.
crystal choker. It's
Right,
so
I'm old.
fancy.
I'm old, never mind.
What?
I said, she said this doesn't hurt. Red jumpsuit apparatus.
Oh.
Let's do this. Crystal choker. A necklace with a multi-crystal in it. It activates randomly. Heck
Yes.
yeah. That's the rare draw from him, by the way.
Because considering how badly we've been rolling lately,
For that to activate every round would be phenomenal. You just go anywhere I want.
not even every round, just
Like
any
every,
round.
like once a week tops. Like I would take once a week in the game. It'd be phenomenal. That's probably one of the 4 best equipment pieces you can get. The other being the Angel Choker, which can randomly revive you. The Dokapon Crown, which gives you a bunch of stat boosts, and there's another one that like increases your magic really high. But I can't remember what it's called. In the meantime, that guy will die.
And the greatest thing about my facial expression is I just look bored at this point. Like, in all the fights, it's just like, yeah, whatever.
Like, oh, this guy again. It's probably the fastest we've ever gone through the first 2 chapters, to be honest.
Oh yeah.
Mostly because
usually it's-
usually by now the Darkling is, or the AI has become a Darkling for about the 3rd time.
Mhm.
Alright, so now that's taken care of. Sure, I need some job levels. That's true, the Zebra and Leopard bandanas are both pretty good. The Zebra bandana gives you experience as you move around, and then the Leopard bandana gives you gold as you walk around. But I think the Zebra one's better.
See, I think the one time that the red chest worked out the best for me was when I got a weapon that wasn't until like the 3rd or the 4th continent.
Oh, that's right, that's what the Zebra bandana does. It makes it where your enemy drops something 90% of the time, which is really good. I might be thinking of something else. Oh, I'm thinking of the gold boots. The gold boots are the ones that give you money as you walk. But it's only like 1 gold per step, so it's not that great.
Considering the way we roll,
That would be 1 gold per turn. That is true. Late game, you get some really good equipment. You can get stuff like Bounce that not only blocks the enemy's magic, it sends it back at them with twice the power.
yikes.
I can do it. I did it.
I can do it, he said, lying to himself.
To be fair, if I'd used the 3, I would not have been shocked to not see an arrow come up on Dokapon Castle.
I mean, yeah.
Not even a little bit surprised.
So cool.
Freddy Cat. So now it feels like I have the bandana. Like, the last 3 things I fought have dropped something. Alright, what did it say for vacuum?
Take some of one of your foes' points and adds it to.
Yeah. I mean, you're waiting for me to put the piggy bank back, right?
I know, that's why I'm so tempted. It's like, I can't do anything else right now. Except fight these guys. But I can defy death itself repeatedly.
But my hair gives me the power to defy gravity.
And I defy gravity.
You want to use muscle?
Yes, I'm sure. I like escape, thanks.
I actually found a couple of skills that are better than escape, like overall, but we're not having seen those for a while. For honor.
For glory.
For an item.
So, what were you saying about not needing the 3 spinner?
I'm not using it. I'm not gonna do it. Because I'm gonna have to get back over there later. And I'm not gonna sit there rolling ones the entire way.
For a while.
Yeah, you have fun with that. You can go hang out with Archer over there in the top left. I don't think you've actually seen Archer, have you?
I've seen some of Archer.
His first name's Sterling, so it made sense. Ah!
Please don't.
Poke, poke, poke.
Ouch. I'm offended.
Sounds like one of the people that tried to voice act for Gary Oak and just failed miserably.
Yeah.
Also, I totally dropped the controller on that, so now we're probably going to have to reset the computer. Hooray! Which is why I'm probably going to send that to the home menu. Let's see.
Yay!
We'll see if it'll actually close and let me open it back up. Knowing my luck, the answer will probably be no.
The answer may not surprise you.
Probably not. Nope, totally won't. Alright, so let me try unplugging it, plugging back in. Since it's not the microphone, there's a chance it might survive the carbon freezing process. Unlike your